go. Hit stream. All right, let's see. Okay, we should be feeding out to the folks out there. If you guys are seeing us, hearing us, if we're coming in loud and clear, let us know here. We are going live on the Utreon machine.
Oh.
That's right, Utreon. And I'm. If you can't tell from my voice,
That's right.
Yeah, Patrick, you are supposed to be the energy today.
I'm
my
tired,
gosh.
dude. It's hump day. It's midweek Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, I've been getting up to way too much stuff and not enough sleep. So yeah, listen, let me just do this. I think everything's good here from what I could see. Smash those arrows up out there. And for the folks who are here with us on Utreon Live, Utreon is where you need to go to see us live so we can handle. Well, that's not a gun. That's not actually a gun. This is actually a gun. Right here. Let me see if you can see that even. That's actually a gun. But we can handle these things and go live here. So if you're watching us later on YouTube, you got to go over to Utreon and join us. Babyface P. That's a gun. There you go. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
This is my beater. Yeah. You want to run the intro?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna. Babyface P is joining us here. And by the way, I'm sharing 50% of whatever we get with you from people.
Oh, cool!
If
everybody should donate
give us money.
At least 1 month's salary.
Right.
It's like a wedding ring.
Right. Sure. I don't know if we're gonna get anything, but I'm just telling you guys out there. Anything comes in automatically, 50% will go to Babyface P. So there you go. Just like yesterday, we had Kevin Dixie, and I'm trying to make sure I do this. So this is one of the cool things about Utreon, that if people signed up here, that kind of stuff could happen. Maybe that's gonna help us out if we get a big baller on the show.
Somebody throw some money.
Military Arms Channel, Forgotten Weapons, Iraq veteran, Mr. Guns and Gear, seeing Arsenal. So we'll see, but I'm working on those things actually. All right, so listen, let's run this thing because I'm kind of beat and tired. Let's do this. Let's go for it here.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation. Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US-made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not-so-free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. All right, hopefully Lola is getting some... Look at you playing with your radio. I didn't even bring my radio. Oh, damn it.
Nothing going on, it sounds like.
Which one is this? Are you on the Gainesville SARnet?
Gainesville SARSnet, and this is my Yaesu FT6.
Oh,
very
nice.
It's a very nice radio.
Yeah.
Not too fancy. It's just a single color backlit screen. Oh, there you go. It's not super fancy, but it has a good signal, and I hear these things are tanks. You can run them over with cars, and they work just fine. Yeah,
absolutely. Maybe Lola will bring a radio out here. Lola has an FT65R, which
that's
is
the new.
A little bit.
So that's the upgrade to the 60, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm. And it's very good. And Lola knows how to use it. She can use her radio.
I bought Marley a just about one of the cheap Baofangs, and it also surprisingly works plenty fine. $35 for everything. It had a whole bunch of accessories, and it works. It has no problems.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to get an antenna, which we'll get into this. So listen, this is episode 884.
884
of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Absolutely. And my guest, of course, is Babyface P, as you see there, Patrick of Babyface P Incorporated, worldwide, internationally.
Video for anybody that's just catching in now. Video went up yesterday, so if anybody wants to see the latest in the Galil series, it is live.
Yeah, let me see. I think I had... Oh, hold on a second. I could do this. Let me see. I got buttons. Boom. Here's Babyface P. By the way...
Look at that, 30.4.
Yeah. Have I congratulated you on getting 30,000 subscribers?
I don't know, but it feels pretty good.
Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't congratulate you, so we won't make sure that we don't.
I remember, you know what I was... sometimes when you compare yourself to others, you're like, man, 30,000 is nothing compared to the big guys.
No, it's a big deal.
When I met you, you were at 50,000.
Really? Was it 50?
That's it. You were at 50K. Because I remember you had just passed over the 50K mark because we gave something away. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But remember when you hit 50, we gave away a safety harbor gun or something like that?
Did we?
We gave something away. I'm gonna go check your channel.
No, I think
I am comparatively where you were back then.
Wow,
it feels pretty good.
And how long?
Like that, it doesn't feel bad.
Yeah, how long is it? How long did it take you? Like, how many years has your channel been around? Thanks for the coffee, Lola. Yeah, 2 years. That's pretty good.
Would be good right now.
Yeah,
no, it's been pretty good. Until I got hit. But if anybody wants to see the wheel get worked
smacked upside the head, like oh man, I don't even want to say it. I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna.
You could call it.
I'm not gonna
awesome style.
Yeah, I'm not gonna compare you to getting the pimp hand from YouTube.
From YouTube.
YouTube gave you the. Did they give you the back, or you think the full
Oh, they full bitch slap me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. By the way, Blackout Coffee. Okay, you can. What is the code here? I think blackoutcoffee.com/Hank, and you could use the code Hank10, gets you 10% off. There you go. So, yeah, and Lola slammed the door. Yeah. So yeah, man, congratulations. I still didn't say it, but I just said it now. Congratulations.
30K. No, that's nothing to scoff at, right? It's pretty good.
No, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, 30K's not bad.
Yeah, in 2 years, that's not bad. Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
If Walter was here, he would say you're welcome. No.
I have ridden plenty of coattails to get up to speed here. So
no, you did the work. I didn't shoot any of your videos. I didn't edit any of your videos. Of course we're like friends, and I encourage you and stuff like that.
7 years ago. 7 years. I'm looking at your old content. 7 years ago.
Yeah, I've been doing this since 2013.
Woo.
I think. So my YouTube channel is really way much older than that. But I think my first video was 2013. So 7 years ago was what? Like 20 what? I don't even know. We're in 2022, so 2015.
2015 was when you really kicked it off.
Yeah. Right.
This is so weird looking back at these old videos.
You were skinny.
Damn.
You're not that same. You're not that same dude. Don't even look. Don't look. Don't look. You look better now. You look more manly.
I filled out a little bit. Yeah. Filled myself in a little.
Look, he's manly face P now. Okay, hold on. Wait, do I need to go actually pull up?
I'm trying to find the original.
Yeah. But listen, everyone go subscribe. Cruiseman says 30K, congrats, Babyface.
Thank you.
So there you go. And Cruiseman wants to know, when did Hank give you that rifle, Patrick? Was it where I gave you a rifle and someone else a rifle, or that was after that?
That was a Christmas thing, I think. I don't remember why you did that. I still have it. I still have the lower. It has gone through many iterations since, but I do still have it.
Yes. So there you go. And I can't remember who it is that.
It's been so long. I don't remember. I'm looking back through all these to see channel update from 6 years ago. That's probably when I met you.
Okay, so let me see here.
Oh, you got rid of a lot of videos though, didn't you?
Yeah, a lot of videos have come off of the channel.
Because none of this doesn't look correct. There's a lot of stuff missing.
Yeah, so there's gonna be, because we've done a lot of stuff, so I can't really. Oh, look, so check this out. Let me see if I can do this, if I can get this going here. Look at that!
There you go.
Look at remember we did the From the Cribs?
Yeah, that was a while ago. Where is, are you hosting all of the content anywhere in particular?
Man, because Utreon hasn't been around long enough, so there's probably some everything over. Yeah, so there's probably some other places here, so it's tough.
What was that other one we were using for a while that almost went under?
We were using Full 30. We were using Gunstreamer.
That's it. I think you had everything backlogged.
Yeah, I don't know if Gunstreamer has that stuff. So someone out there, let us know. And it was a while ago.
We got 1,400 subs on 1,500 subs on Gunstreamer.
DCG44 says, BFP, you benefited from exposure on Hank's channel, but it's you that made it work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with that.
And my secret plan, if anyone wants to know, and typically I do this podcast, it's kind of like our business meetings. Not like if it's me and you and Walter, it's definitely our business meetings of what we do. Because me, you, and Walter and Lola are kind of like the inner circle. And then the circles go out from that. But we do the podcast so that people can ask us things and find out things. And it's kind of like a public, business meeting with everyone. So the selfish reason why I encourage you is so I don't have to write you a check. Boom.
Oh, no. No, I don't make a whole lot.
You own your... Yeah.
I own my own business, right?
You're your own boss. I could have Suge-Knighted you. I could have Suge-Knighted you and dangled you from a balcony. Like, no, remember? Do you know? Well, I don't know if you were looking at music.
Suge was behind the Tupac killing.
No, well, Suge Knight. So, you know Vanilla Ice, right? Did you? I don't know if you ever listened to Vanilla Ice music. Okay, so Suge Knight, they wanted to get, because Ice Ice Baby and all that was big. I mean, lots of money. So they dangled Suge Knight, dangled Vanilla Ice off a balcony. Seriously.
I didn't know that.
They dangled him off. Oh, Googled it. They dangled him off a balcony and forced him to sign away the rights. Ooh, yeah. And so that's forever known as being Suge-Knighted. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if I could pull.
I'm looking to see what I can find of myself here.
Yeah, so right here, Vanilla Ice, let's see if I can put this one up. Vanilla Ice explains why he signed over $4 million in royalties to Suge Knight.
Wait, he signed over $4 million in royalties?
Yeah, he funded, like this is from Hip Hop DX, this video down here, how Vanilla Ice funded Suge Knight Death Row Records. Oh yeah, they just straight up.
He just mafiosoed him.
Allegedly. Let me just say allegedly before the, but yeah, that's pretty much what happens. That's what happens.
He said that Suge made it a point to show Vanilla Ice exactly how high up they were. Vanilla Ice said, I needed to wear a diaper that day. I was very scared. It was on the balcony that night that Suge handed him a legal document, told him to sign over his points for Ice Ice. What? He signed that over to him?
So he says they didn't actually dangle him? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, Vanilla Ice called.
They just showed him like, hey, we might accidentally push you. I might bump you accidentally off this balcony.
He signed his points over so that Suge could get paid, as Vanilla Ice says. Those points were worth around $3 to $4 million at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's called Suge Knight.
When he asked about the figure, he said, I signed them and I walked away alive.
Yep.
Holy crap. I didn't know I knew he was behind, like, multiple bad scenarios, but...
Yeah.
I didn't know he...
Oh, Suge Knight, they were for real gangster.
Yeah, he literally held him up at literal gunpoint. It was like, you're going to sign your papers over to me.
Yeah, and now Will Smith, who forever perpetrated the image of being the hip-hop nice guy, the nice rapper, now he's gangster rap. Now he prison raped Chris Rock, so now he's official. The only thing he should have said, are we done or are we finished? Put some respect. Put some respect on it. Put some respect on it. Oh my God, it's so terrible.
Die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
It's a horrible thing. I talked to a Kevin Dixie about that last night, but yeah, it's a horrible.
From what I hear from the black community, bitch slapping another black man like that is like the lowest level of disrespect you can put on somebody.
I've heard so. I didn't grow up. Well, I grew up here, right? I came here, I think, when I was 11 years old. But my perspective, being like someone from the Caribbean and having traveled around the world, it's like a slightly different from your typical or prototypical what they call like Black American. But that's a thing. Like my dad always told me, you don't spit on people. I saw this big football player guy. I can't remember his name, but I saw a video today. And he has like a talk show, but he's very intelligent. I can't remember his name. Forgive me, whatever. I think he played football. But he said, you don't, there's certain things you don't do to people. You don't spit on them, you don't slap them. There's just certain things that is just like the worst sign of disrespect of what you could do to someone. It's almost better to just come up and like duke it out. But he just straight up like
bitch slapped him.
Yeah. And you know, yesterday I was telling Kevin that it almost was like he was for real looking at Chris Rock, you know, almost like a girlfriend that he was messing with, and he was doing a show of force, you know, just to keep him quiet.
I know they're supposedly friends. I don't know.
I don't know if they're friends, but he was on. Chris Rock was on an episode of The Fresh Prince, and I'm trying to see if I can get footage of it. Oh, here we go. I was telling you about this earlier. Well, look at this.
Yeah. Oh, no.
This happened, homie. This was a thing. Now, who knows? This might, like, you know, Will Smith might have really been into this.
That's a long time ago. Who knows?
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Right. The stuff that Chris Rock had to go through. Oh, my jeez. What he had to go through to become a star. Man.
I feel for... no, I don't feel for him. I don't feel for him at all, actually. After what I was going to say was, I feel for Will Smith, but no, he has allowed himself to get punked like this by that woman.
Yeah. Do you think? Hold on. Night Train says
even Marley and I talked about it last night, and even she was like, "Yeah, why would you ever stay with somebody like that? Ever? What's wrong with you?"
Leverage. So you understand what that means, right? Like
I do.
She's his beard and other things, and she has massive amounts of leverage over him. You know, you got to remember, like Will Smith was when he first was like he's gone through several bankruptcies, but when he was first rich and famous, I think he went through one because he didn't pay taxes when he was a rapper. He like got $1 million, didn't pay taxes, owed the IRS. Well, you can't escape that. And then from the first...
the only group that will take you down is the IRS.
Yeah, but from the... Well, not the only... Well, there's other people. It's called the ladies.
Other people, but they're good at it.
So from Fresh Prince money, and when he first started doing movies, he married this supermodel chick. I can't remember her name. They were married for 30 days, and they got divorced, and she got half. So we know he settled real quick, because there was something was...
nasty going on?
Yeah. There was some stuff that his lawyers was like, well, if I was you, I would rather give her half the money, and you know you'll make money doing movies. So that's the thing, man. And he made money, like he was making $20 million a movie.
Zampino.
I can't remember
the lady because no, there was a Cherie Zampino he married in '92 and divorced in '95, and then Pickett Smith in '97. Oh,
okay. I thought
also.
I
Marley. I told Marley when we got married I wanted her to take my last name. That was a like sticking point for me. Woman that won't take your last name, nah, just move along, find somebody else.
Yeah, but doesn't she?
No hyphenated last names.
No hyphenated. No. Okay.
L to the no. Nope.
I don't care about that. So
that was a sticking point.
In my thing. So you know what? That's interesting. I actually feel the opposite way about that. My kids have to have my name.
See, but it's the same thing.
So my kids, no, Lola don't have my name. She's not one of my peoples.
She doesn't have your last name?
She's the wife. No, she has a hyphenated.
Oh no hyphenated around here. I told Marley no. Well, that was a major
the boys have my last name.
Yeah, Marley didn't care when we talked about it. Yeah. But no, it was one of my like, I want you to take my last name. I don't want a hyphenated. We're not having one of those modern loveless marriages.
Well, no, my kids were not going to have a thing, but you know.
Yeah.
I just I let it go like that, and I thought it's kind of, you know, Lola comes from an area like the African Aryan Nation people, so I was like, oh, you know, it's cool.
The African what nation?
Yeah, you know, her Lola is. So when we did a genetic test, Lola is 100% African. Yeah,
I would hope so.
No, there's no mixing going on in there. I'm a total mongrel.
Yeah, me too.
I'm totally mixed up. That's what. So I call that like African Aryan Nation.
Oh, because she's a pureblood.
Yeah, like her people.
Pure-blooded African.
Yeah, her people don't like me at all. I messed up the bloodline, so I let her hold on.
We're mutts. I'm European mutts.
Yeah, I let her hold on to her princessdom. which Lola is not a princess. People have asked me this before. I always say like all Africans think they're like princes or princesses or kings or something like that. Did you know this? There's a lot of them. It's very easy to be a king in Africa, dude. You literally own a collection of mud huts, and this sounds terrible.
Yeah, king of mud huts.
Yeah, basically, and that's not the way. That's not really the way it is. But there's a lot of
there's a lot of mud huts in Africa still.
You could go to even Ghana, where Lola's from, and you could like pay some money, and they'll make you the chief of a village. They'll make you a prince.
I just show up and I'm like, here's $100. I want this village named after me for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
The BFP village right here.
Yeah. But there's people who do it. You haven't seen people? I think like Americans, black Americans are always, let me see. Let me see. I'm going to search becoming a prince in Ghana.
Ghana, okay.
Yeah.
Ghana is notoriously corrupt, right?
Yeah, you could, there's a bunch of princes. It's tough to look, but basically you could go to not just Ghana. It's a lot of other African nations. This is like a tourist trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, let's say I have my property here, and I say to people in Africa, if you come to America and you come to my thing and you give me $10,000, I will make you a prince of this tree right here. You know what I'm saying? These squirrels will be in your fiefdom.
Yeah.
You may eat all the squirrels that live in this tree.
There's one that's going around now that I think it's the weirdest thing ever. It's almost as weird as buying a star, if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
There's a company that sells 1 foot by 1 foot plots of land in not Ireland, it's in Scotland. It's a 1 foot by 1 foot plot of land, which by Scottish rule gives you the ability to become a lord or lady. So you can legally become Lord so-and-so because you have a 1 foot by 1 foot piece of land with a deed. And that's like such a weird concept that you want this fake-ass title, Lord or Lady, and you're going to go buy a 1 foot piece of property, 1 foot square piece of property so you can become a legal Lord of Scotland. But people do it. The company's in business. It's like buying stars. I always thought the star thing was really ridiculous. You can buy a star with your name on it.
Yeah. So, it is crazy. Like a star, you could buy.
Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms.
So just to show that I'm not totally kidding and messing around here. So list of current non-sovereign African monarchs. Okay, so there's Ghana. Ghana's in there. Nigeria's in there. By the way, I am, like when I did my genetic test, I'm Ghanaian and Nigerian on the African side of my genetics. So there's Ghana and Nigeria in there. South Africa, and then it goes to the whole continent. But here's a list. So it starts from here. So I guess there's a whole freaking continent, and then there's all these different dynasties, and I'm still going, 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 and I'm going even faster and still going, and we could keep going here, and we could keep, like one king has not taken over the whole continent yet. And we're still going, and we're almost at the bottom. There's a crap ton. There's a mega crap ton right there. So there you go. Listen, it's a good racket, right?
I guess so, and it's one of those rackets where, in a third world country, you may have it for a day, but tomorrow somebody else might take over and go, nope, no more. You're not part of this. You're no longer another $1,000, please, and then I'll make you a king again for another 2 days.
Yeah. When I was in high school, I went to high school. There were some people that I went to high school with that were actually from Ghana, and their father, I believe that their princedom or whatever was actually legit. Their father was an ambassador. He was the ambassador of Ghana to the United States.
That could be a big deal. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's not some bullshit one. That sounds pretty real.
And then he was some kind of whatever prince, and his sons were little princelets. I don't know how that works.
They're also princes.
Yeah. And I also remember one of them, or there's actually a couple of them, because when I went to high school was in the 80s, and it was in Far Rockaway, and Far Rockaway was John Gotti's territory, and some of them were actually out there doing drug deals and stuff like that, and actually got arrested and all that kind of stuff. But had diplomatic.
So you're talking about people you knew. Oh,
no, these
ones
people.
that had
They had
diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, they had diplomatic immunity and all that kind of stuff.
Of course they did.
So
They did.
you know, that's another. See, that one I would actually like. You know what I'm saying? I would take some diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice.
Yeah, Cruiseman said that's why there's so much tribal fighting in Africa.
Yeah.
So, Cujo74, shout out to him. He says the app isn't working with live streams. Yeah, the phone app is not. Yeah, the phone app is not working with live streams. You have to go to Chrome or something like that. I don't know if you could go to Chrome on the phone. I never really looked into that. So try, if you have a Chrome browser on your phone, try doing that. See how that works. That might work, but the app itself, I don't think works. So, what's the news? Let's stop ragging on my people on the African.
What's going on right now?
Yeah.
Politics.
By the way, Africans will slap you. I'm just saying this. This is my last thing, and then I'll get off of this. You will get slapped
by Africans.
Oh yeah, I've even been slapped by an African dude in my life. Seriously.
Okay.
An African will slap the shit out of you. I'm just telling you something. I've been there.
I don't know what is big. I've been following politics lately. That's been the big thing in the news, obviously. Yeah. Russia, Putin.
Some people what's. I'm sorry about this.
You're going back to Africa, aren't you?
No, I just thought about this, which is real stupid. This is what happens. I shouldn't do this and be tired, and I haven't even had any of my coffee yet. But
you need to sip some of that coffee. I'm trying not to sip coffee because I like to go to sleep at a regular time.
Yeah.
So,
who are the people that throw shoes at you? Do you remember that?
Those are Middle Easterners.
The Middle Easterners throw shoes at you.
Yeah, that's like a Middle Eastern thing. They'll throw a shoe at you. Yeah.
So a Middle Eastern person threw a shoe at Bush, right?
Yeah, and he dodged it. The video's really funny because he Bush, as much as people like to shit on him, he was kind of a funny president. Mm-hmm. He throws the shoe at him, and you see him dodge past it, and then he smirks as the security just tackles the guy.
Yeah, and didn't that real bony chick that is on Fox News now? She was his press secretary, and she got her nose broken.
Was she his press secretary?
Yeah.
I didn't know that's who she was.
There's a bony blonde chick. Well, I mean I like the meaty chicks on Fox News. The bony ones, I got no time for. There you go.
Dana Perino. Yeah. She was Bush's press secretary. No, I think she's cute. I like Dana Perino.
In the face, but she's real bony. That would be painful. That would be painful for me.
No, I'm not gonna kick her out of bed at night.
No, I don't like bony chicks. The boniness translates
49.
down.
49. She's a short lady. She's 5'2".
Yeah, boniness translates down, my friend. You know, so when you
I didn't know she was a press secretary.
Yeah, if you're rocking a mandingo, and you're messing with a bony chick, it translates to pain.
No, I'm not kicking her out of bed. It's all right.
Just imagine your
she's tiny.
Imagine your gentleman sausage being squashed by two bones.
She is. I can't send you this. Look up Dana Perino.
Okay, hold on.
And just
I know
go to
she's
images.
tiny. Yeah.
I had no idea she was such a tiny little lady.
Now that is good. I like a. This is
You like a short little one.
yeah.
You can throw it around a little.
Yeah, we're in serious like misogynistic.
I know both of our spouses are probably listening right now.
Dana Perino. Yeah, she's tiny.
She's 5'2". I had no clue. No clue. I thought she has a very large stature.
Oh, look at this one. This is with I don't know what's the name of this guy who's on.
That guy. Well, that guy's also tall. But
Yeah,
no,
he's a giant.
Tiny.
Holy moly!
Tyrus?
Yeah. You know what? I like a tiny woman too. That's cool.
Tyrus is
A little tiny.
Okay, she's 5'2". Tyrus is 6'7". So cool.
That's
quite
at
a big
least.
difference.
Yeah, that's like what? She's 5'2" and he's 6'7", so like one.
A foot and a half taller.
Yeah, but that doesn't look like that. That looks like more than a foot and a half.
I know.
That looks like. I mean, from this picture, that looks like. Jeez.
Yeah, I didn't. How did That's a really good question. How did that guy go from wrestling to?
I don't know.
Being on Fox, being a Fox anchor, co-anchor or whatever.
I guess he's funny. He's funny. I've looked at.
He's funny and he's I guess staunchly conservative. So.
Yeah. So Cruiseman says Lisa Booth. Now I gotta look up Lisa Booth because we're just gonna go deep in our misogynistic thing.
Lisa Marie Booth is a reporter.
Booth.
He's 37.
Let's see who we're talking about.
Okay. What about her? Why are we looking her up?
He says she's the cutest on Fox News. Let's see here.
Okay looking.
I'm trying to look at something that's not, that's
I like that
makeup.
one OAN girl, Chanel something.
OAN. Let's see.
She's
kind of like girl next door. This woman is kind of girl next door kind of. I don't know how she would look without the makeup. That's the thing.
Chanel Rion from One American News.
Is this Chanel with a C or a what?
CHANNEL.
Okay.
She was the one that was like constantly
Rion?
Yeah. They don't like OAN, so they were trying to kick her out of all.
Is
the
it
press
Chanel
conferences
Renee or no?
Chanel Rion, I think.
How do you spell it?
If you do a search for OAN Chanel, it'll come up.
Okay, OAN. I don't know what I'm getting. I'm getting something weird. Oh, Chanel
OAN.
Rion. Chanel Rion.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Okay, I see what it is. Chanel with a R. R-I-O-N. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we're looking at here. No. This is just market research that we're doing.
Market research.
Yeah, I like her cuteness because it's more different.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like
Run
of the mill.
Yep.
It looks like she's got a little bit of something mixed in there.
Yep, something a little different, right?
Yeah. Just a little splash of spice.
Yeah, it's a little splash of it. Yep.
Yeah.
Just that little bit of foreign to her.
Yeah. Okay. Are we going to continue?
All right, back okay, research over. Our research is over.
Oh, what the hell were we supposed to be talking about? I don't even know.
The news. What's going on in the news right now? I don't really know.
There was something you said earlier that Disney. Someone was talking about Disney. They canceled
Disney. Oh, we didn't. Did you say that you talked about? Have you talked about the DeSantis bill that got signed on Monday?
Yes, and which I'm 100% for DeSantis. Yeah, doing a bill to not have people talk to kindergartners about sex. Absolutely, we should
keep child predators from being child predators. Basically, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm on board with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Lola says research, really, dudes. Oh. Yeah, and Cruiseman apologized for us. He said, "Sorry, Lola." Yeah.
No. So anybody, for people that are watching and listening that are in other parts of the country, you're probably hearing a ton about DeSantis right now because all of the child predators, I guess, have come out of the woodwork and decided that the bill that he signed that gave parents more rights to what their kids are learning is the worst thing ever to them for whatever reason.
And I saw him talking about this. Nowhere in the bill, there are people who erroneously refer to it as the "Don't Say Gay" bill. He's like, in the bill, there's not even the word "gay" in the bill.
It has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's basically a bill that in Florida you shouldn't in the school system people should not talk to kindergartners about. And I think what's the grade window in there? Is it just kindergarten?
Kindergarten, first, second, and third. So 5 through 8-year-olds, I think.
Yeah. I think that works for me. No, you shouldn't.
I'm pretty sure I don't have a problem with that at all.
Yeah. 42 Chill says first, second, and third graders. Why would you want to do that?
What adult in their right mind wants to talk to that
Predators.
age of child? Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward.
And
What's
kids,
wrong with you?
Yeah, and kids are so androgynous. Now, obviously, like, every kid is different.
Oh, kids at that age have no concept of any of that.
No, they don't. They don't.
You know what's
really.
funny? At that age, I was one of my favorite movie when I was that age was Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't seen Ghostbusters from the time I was probably 8 to 10. I hadn't seen Ghostbusters until like 2 years ago. I went back and rewatched it, and I was like, "Holy crap! This is not age appropriate."
It's
but
very.
Then I thought about it. I thought about it, and I'm like, I had no concept of any of that. Not even a little.
So,
crossed my mind.
did you see an edited version of Ghostbusters on TV, or did you see the?
No.
Movie
We had the movie on VHS, and I loved it. I had all the toys. I had everything. It was awesome.
It's a great movie. Yeah, great movie.
Yeah.
And Sigourney Weaver is like, she's like that kind of different, sexy kind of Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's kind of like
an
evil sexy about Sigourney Weaver that I like. Almost she's like a predatory kind of like, you know what I mean? She's like an alien kind of sexy, like, this is a creature that will destroy you.
Yeah.
You know.
But going back and rewatching it, I was like, I can't believe I watched this, or my parents let me watch it. But again, kids don't have any concept of those sorts of things, and there's no reason to try to make them aware of any of it. That's disgusting.
You're messing with a child's developmental stages if you unnaturally push that on them before they are ready.
Not only are you messing with them, the problem that people were having is they're doing that behind parents' backs and doing their best to hide it from parents. Mm-hmm. That's immoral to the highest level.
Yeah.
It's none of, as a teacher, it's none of your business what the student is doing in their home life, unless they're being horribly abused. Then you can step in. That's a different story.
Yeah.
But for things like this, it's none of your effing business.
No, and you know,
if your parent,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I didn't realize why this came to fruition, because I thought it was kind of weird that this all of a sudden was a thing. There was a woman whose 13-year-old daughter was basically being groomed. So that's late middle school, early high school? Late middle school, I think. She was basically being groomed by a bunch of teachers at this one one middle school here in Florida. They went as far as to tell her which bathroom she could use. She now was allowed to use the boys' bathroom. They changed her name on all of her paperwork that the school had, but wouldn't refer to wouldn't use it around the parents at all. And basically we're like a predator. We're pretty much like, listen, this is between us and you. Don't tell your parents about it. You know, just don't tell them what we did here. That is predatory behavior.
Yeah, and these are people's personal journeys that they need to go on. And, you know, for me, I'm not one of those people that's squeamish about this, but you don't need to force your sexuality on people. It's a very natural thing that will and should develop naturally. Now, obviously, we know that we live in a world where people get in the way of this stuff, right? And people do things, or, I mean, not even if let's say they're not even messing with the kids. Maybe people do or say things to kids and push them in a direction that they don't know any better. We want to avoid that. We want people to naturally develop into who they are and who they want to be. I'm all for that. It doesn't bother me for someone to be gay, to be transgender. No, I don't care. I honestly just don't give a crap about it. But why are you pushing it on kids? You know, you're telling this story, and I've told people before, like when I watched James Bond, I didn't really realize the sexual nature of James Bond with all the innuendos when I was a kid.
As a kid, when you watch James Bond, you're like, oh my god, he's the coolest spy. He's a spy superhero. It's super cool.
Yeah.
You don't care about the other stuff.
Yeah. And, you know, if you remember, I mean, like I said this before, I didn't know what Pussy Galore meant.
No, that was just her name. It was just a name when you're a kid again. It was just a name.
I came to America. I saw that movie on a break where we were in America, and I went back to Nigeria. And I remember I was playing, like my mom helped this lady run a nursery school, and me and her daughter, that was kind of like, you know, like my first inklings of thinking about, you know, and
Girls.
I was, yeah. And so I said, oh, listen, I'll be James Bond and you be Pussy Galore.
And what, did somebody's ears perk up and go,
my mom heard
backhand?
me. Well, her mother was there. My mother was there. My mother said, don't say that. And I was like, what? Pussy Galore? Because you know I have this problem,
It's just
right?
a character's name.
Yeah, and I was like, Mom, what's wrong with Pussy Galore? And my mother told me, listen, do not say that. And I was like, Pussy Galore, Pussy Galore. Well,
Oh, God.
I got
Did
the...
he whoop
Yeah, man, I got the whoopings.
you? God, of course you did.
I got like at least 10 years whoopings within the space of about like an hour, you know, of my... And that was rare for my mother to actually give me a chance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, usually I would just get smacked upside the head. But she gave me a chance. And, you know, as a kid, I didn't even know, dude. I figured this out later. Like, she wouldn't even tell me why I was getting beaten. And then later in life, I was like, oh, this is why I got that ass
Yes,
whooping.
when you think about it, you're like, I deserve that.
So, yeah,
But no,
don't
kids-
force this
kids
stuff on
have-
kids. It's terrible.
Kids have no concept of any of that at all.
Yeah.
And anybody
Yeah.
that wants to talk to kids about that, there's something seriously wrong with you.
Yeah, Armament in Axis says alata vagina.
Yeah,
But I was older when I saw Austin Powers. I was older.
Austin Powers. Yeah, no, I was high school for me, and I remember.
A lot of vagina.
remember understanding those jokes.
Yes. And Austin, like, man, we don't even have movies like that anymore. But here's what I will do, and I know we don't have a lot of time. I will call a moratorium. No more sex, and I'll say this. Let's just drop it. Let's just drop it. Okay? Because now it's gone the whole other way, and this is the problem with Disney, and we can continue this into the next thing. But Disney wants to beat us all upside the head right now with sex. Not just the kids. They want to program people as early as possible, all the way up to as late as possible. For just, I think confusion makes it easy to manipulate people. So,
Disney needs to just
yeah.
right off.
That's why people are unsubscribing from Disney. I think you've told me that you've not even watched Disney.
I haven't watched a Disney thing in the last couple of years because I just can't bring myself to do it. I know what their business is like, and I don't want to promote them. I don't want to give them more money than I have to.
Yeah.
As Floridians, we already give them probably massive tax breaks. I don't want to give them any more money.
Yeah, Disney is invited to leave Florida. It'll be fine.
And they also ruined Star Wars, the remakes, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. They shit all over those movies. So I saw the first one, thought it was good. Heard the second was bad, and heard the third was worse. Never watched it.
I liked the Mandalorian with what's her name, Cara Dune.
That's
Death
what's
by
so shitty
Snoo.
is.
Yeah.
I would love to. Yeah, Death by Cara, whatever her name is.
Yeah. Yeah, we're running out of time here. We're gonna
now
take a break.
We can actually take a real break.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like High Point Firearms and Full Forge Gear, bags and gear for everyday life. Did you know High Point is an American family-owned and operated company located in Ohio with over 30 years of manufacturing experience? High Point is proud to be the home of the working man's gun and your source for affordable handguns and carbines with a lifetime warranty. So when you're in the market, please consider High Point.
All right, so
here's the real question. Younger, fitter Gina Carano or current, thicker Gina Carano?
Thicker every day.
I figured that was the answer. Have you seen pictures of her in her fighting days, though? She
Yeah.
was fit.
Yeah, she was. For sure. And she was cute. But now, I don't know.
Oh,
You know.
She's thick now, though.
Yeah, I
In
like
a good way.
I like a
good
big
way.
legs chick, you know. What can I say? Obviously.
Gina Carano's got thick in a good way.
Yeah. So, Shelly Fungus, which I don't know if I figured out who Shelly Fungus is. Shelly Fungus, do you have a business? Do you in your business, are you a flooring expert? That's my question. But here's what Shelly Fungus says. Disney is done. I was a huge fan and probably spent $500K on vacations there when the kids were young. I have some rare Disney posters hanging around the house. Thinking about selling them makes me ill. Yeah, I had the Disney encyclopedias when I was a kid. And I learned how to draw. I could draw Disney characters and all that when I was younger.
They had there was a, what would you call it? Open letter. A bunch of the conservative employees that work for Disney put out an open letter anonymously. You know what's funny is the way conservatives are. They just said, this was like a week or two ago. They basically said, they basically asked Disney, please just remain neutral. We don't even want you to take up conservative values. We don't want any of that. Just remain neutral. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the left? They can't handle that. They cannot handle that.
Yeah, absolutely. And what is this? Hold on. Shelly Fungus says, I'm retired floor trader in the pits in Chicago. So there you go. And
no, Walt Disney would not be happy with the current status of his company.
Yeah, I don't know. And LOL Ribbit says what's happening. So there you go. Shout out to everyone out there. Brian Quick out there, 42 Chilled is out there. Let me see if I'm missing anyone. Cruise Man. Lola is out there. You know, watching over us, making sure we behave ourselves, which we don't. So there you go.
No, we're not going to.
Yeah. So Death by Snoo Snoo. That's my. If I could pick the way I die, Death by Snoo Snoo.
Death by Gina Carano.
Yeah, Death by Snoo Snoo. You know, I will totally go for that. You know, that's all good. That's okay. That's an acceptable way. If you all hear Hank Strange died of Snoo Snoo,
yep,
it's like, just celebrate. You know, I went out how I wanted to go out. That's all.
Went out doing my favorite thing.
Yeah. Oh, Shelly Fungus says, Hank, we talked on the phone once after I insulted Rod and felt terrible about it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I remember that.
God.
That's okay. Listen, you know what?
That's okay.
No. I'm not saying it's not okay to insult Rod. I think I remember that Rod was on the show. Rod makes people mad sometimes, but
he does.
Yeah, I think he does that deliberately. But also, Rod gets mad, so Rod's gotten mad at us. You know, so Rod's had his times of being mad at us because, I don't know, maybe Walter said something he didn't like, and I didn't check Walter or whatever, which I don't think it's my job to check Patrick, Walter, or anyone who comes on the show. Unless you go really far, or I think that something that you're saying is like deeply insulting or deliberately mean or something like that. I don't think that's my job. I think we're here to talk, and you can't talk if you're in fear of offending people. It's tough. It's a tough thing to do, you know. So, like, you guys have you've probably seen all of us argue about something at one point or another.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or disagree about things. So, DCG44 wants to know if Rod is still a Democrat. You know what? I don't know.
Good question for him.
I know he's very disillusioned with Democrats. So, and Cruiseman says most epic rant for this show belongs to KD. What was KD ranting about? What was the epic?
Oh, God, he's done a lot of rants, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah. And Shelly Fungus says it was political BS. Yeah. You know, look, you remember when we used to be able to actually talk to each other and people did it like try to cancel you and put it. Do you remember those days? I don't know. If you remember those days, people could have conversations and not agree. Do you remember the days when everyone in Hollywood didn't have to be like a raving lunatic liberal in order to be in Hollywood? There were actually like conservatives and
No,
Republicans and
I
stuff like
think
that.
that might have been before my time because I only remember the last 10 years of insanity.
Oh,
The
okay.
world has just broken in the last 10 years.
Yeah. Shelly Fungus says, I went off when he was pumping up Gillum. Well, Gillum got pumped up all right.
Oh, God. Gilliam got pumped up a lot in hotel
Yeah.
rooms.
He got the living bejeebas pumped up. Uh,
Yeah.
and Night Train says, I think Kevin Dixie is a Democrat. I have no idea what his political leanings are. And I think Kevin Dixie is, first of all, entitled to be whatever political leanings he has. But I think Kevin Dixie is somewhere between being libertarian. If I had to guess what a person is, somewhere between being a libertarian and a conservative. I think, his like he's concerned about being the head of his family and raising his children and the right to self-defense and all that. And I think it's tough to be that and be a Democrat. So, and then what really is the benefit of being like, I'm a Republican, I switched over. I was a Democrat a long time in Florida because of the stupid system. And then I switched over to being a Republican. But what the Republicans here in Florida are like pitiful.
Are cowards. Yeah. Oh, so I guess the next thing we could talk about is
Mm-hmm.
I had read that DeSantis is calling a special session
Mm-hmm.
to bring them back to vote on
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, constitutional carry.
Yes. What was it? He vetoed something that these guys sent up to him, and one of the
He
things that he
vetoed
wants,
it.
and yeah, well, what was the bill? I think it was a redistricting bill. We talked about it
Okay,
here.
here, Tampa Bay Times.
Yeah.
DeSantis vetoes congressional redistricting maps, calls for a special legislative session.
Mm-hmm.
Ron DeSantis on Tuesday. Oh man, sorry. Ron DeSantis on Tuesday vetoed a bill on congressional redistricting maps and called Florida legislators back into a special session in April to draw a new plan, setting up an intra-party feud over the future of redistricting in Florida. Session, which will be set for April 19th through the 22nd, could expand to include other issues such as reviving the data privacy law, enacting a bill to allow legal gun owners to carry handguns openly or concealed without a permit,
Mm-hmm.
and perhaps even addressing the state's expanding property insurance crisis. So he's just calling them back to do a lot of stuff.
Yes. Which is interesting that he's pushing them, and from what I've heard, right, from our sources that are actually there in Tallahassee, is that the Republicans who basically control what happens here in Florida when it
Are
comes
cowards.
to all these bills and all of that. Well, they put it so Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, the shooting happened. Lots of anti-gun money came into the state of Florida and went to these guys. They took the money. They probably continue to take the money, and they put the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas bill into effect, which is draconian gun laws in the former gunshine state of Florida, and they don't want to undo the bullshit that they did. So that's why they're resisting this.
Yep.
So that's what we're dealing with here, And at the end of the day, like, I have no loyalty to any political party. I'm
No.
loyal to my wife and my
I
kids and my friends and
I don't have loyalty to a
my fellow
political party per
patriots.
se, but I definitely am anti-Democrat. I think that's one of the worst groups of people out there.
Well, the super liberal idea is a horrible one, you know.
Progressivism is a cancerous disease, but
Yep.
even moderate Democrats want to take your guns away. So I
Yeah.
don't. They are.
So what's the deal with the conservative Republicans that just pretend?
Conservative Republicans are rhinos and cowards. I agree, but I also, I guess part of it is the enemy you know versus the enemy that's willing to stab you in the back.
Mhm.
So
I think it's just a two-party agreement that we have, right? Just system
Pretty
of
much.
we'll just play
Status
ping pong
quo.
with these idiots.
Yep.
Yeah.
we'll
You know.
status quo everything back and forth. Nobody will actually get anything
Yeah.
accomplished, and we'll stay rich.
Yeah.
I agree completely.
Night Train says, I'm telling you, those Republican legislators in Florida paid off. with Bloomberg money for sure. I believe that.
I think so. No, I think all of the panel here agrees on that for sure.
Yeah, that's the problem we have in Florida, and I'll be happy to support Ron DeSantis to run for the presidency or whatever he wants to do. If he can actually do, I think he's done good things. So I don't want to I think he's done good things in his life before he became the governor, and he's done good things since he's been governor, but I want to see a little bit more.
It's frustrating because it feels like, from what I've been reading, that he's putting out good vibes, telling them, put this on my desk and I will sign it into law. And the cowards at the top were just dragging their feet for some reason. I don't know why they're dragging their heels so hard.
They're not really far off from Democrats here.
They aren't. I agree with you. I don't think they are. I think you're right.
So, I mean, why are we lagging behind other states when it comes to this?
I don't know the answer to that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I think we do know the answer. It's because the powers that be at the top are cowards.
Yeah. I was pretty set.
They are massively in charge and can do whatever they want to the state, make any conservative policies they want, and they won't do any of it.
Yeah.
That's what happened during the first 2 years of Trump, remember? We had everything. We could have made machine guns legal again. And they pussied out and did nothing. They argued over Obamacare for 2 years and then fucked off and did nothing about it.
Yeah. I strongly believe that you shouldn't be confused. And this is like confusion is the mind killer.
I don't think they're confused. Part of my thing, I don't think they're confused. I think they know exactly what they're doing.
Well, but the politicians. The politicians.
No, I think they're cowards. I think they know exactly what they're doing. They're status quoing it, and they're cowards.
Yeah, cowards and then greedy, and the power they have is corrupting them. But for us,
it's better for them to stay in power than to actually do anything.
Yeah, for us, being confused is detrimental. I always remember I went to YouTube headquarters in Atlanta, and I was there as a gun guy. I had AK drawn into the side of my head. And, there was there were all kinds of different YouTubers there. And there were these two black gay YouTubers. I think one since then transitioned and everything. And they were asking me what I do. And I said, hey, I'm a gun guy. And you know what? They said, hey, gay people, we need guns too. They were they have those YouTube channels that are very openly gay and all that kind of stuff. And as I've said, I don't have a problem with that. Because I'm not confused about who I am. And I think people should not be confused about who they are and what they want.
If you are a legal consenting adult, you do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. It doesn't affect me in the least. Your life doesn't affect me in the least.
But this is how I mean by being confused, right? So let's say you're this. Let's say you're a gay man or woman or whatever out there. How does this delete your right to defend yourself? What do those things have to do with each other? Why wouldn't you want the right?
I don't understand.
So in other words, because they said to me, "Hey, we need guns too, right? Everyone needs to defend themselves." I agree. So why are we living? 100%. Why are we living in a country where because of religion, because of ethnicity, because of sexual orientation, people are siding with other people that basically want to declaw them, defang them, take away their ability to defend themselves? How do these things mix?
Have you ever noticed that the people on the left are the types that will tell you, "Oh, I know better than you about what you can do for yourself"? There was a Twitter post, and Twitter is the shithole of the internet for anybody. I love going on 4chan. Twitter is the shithole of the internet. There was a Twitter post that somebody was like, "Could you imagine voting for Republicans as a woman? They're so anti-woman." And a woman chimed in and was like, "Could you imagine telling women how to vote?" And then the guy replied back and was something like, I know better than you." Yeah, really? No, it was like, I know, clearly I know better than you do about your own, what's good for you.
How is that?
Like, can you? Exactly. But that's this concept of what's going on the left right now is if black people vote Republican, oh, God forbid. The whites on the left will go, "Oh, I can't believe you're doing that. We know what's best for you, but better than you even do."
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard that before.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's people out there who believe that, not just black people, I think they look at a lot of people like this, right? As their pets. When I hear people talking like that, you're looking at me as a pet. You feel you're responsible for me. You feel you have to tell me what to think and who to be.
I'm not a human to you. Yes.
No,
correct.
I'm just a pet. I'm a pet.
Yes.
Basically, what I mean by a pet, like, I know you love your dog, right? He's awesome, but he belongs to you.
I know what's best for my dog.
Yeah. You know, that's not your kid. That's not your wife.
No.
Right?
No.
That's not me as a friend of yours.
No,
At the end of the day, he's a pet to you. Now, I mean, you know me. I talk to, like, pets like people.
Yep.
But, you know, because I think everyone, you know, and your dog, by the way, has a freaking mind of his own.
Marley got so mad this morning because he was sniffing around the back of the house. She took him out this morning to go use the bathroom. Sniffing around the back of the house. He looks over, and one of the neighborhood cats is sitting down in our yard. And he knows he's not supposed to chase cats around the neighborhood. And she said he whipped it and was off like a flash and was trying to catch that cat. Oh, she was so mad at him this morning. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so the point I'm making is, if even your dog or your cat has its mind of its own, why don't you treat human beings like they have a mind of their own? Why don't you let them make these choices for themselves?
The concept of I know what's best for you is it's weird and gross.
Yeah. You know, let people be who they are. That's truly what I believe, right? Mm-hmm. Even if I don't necessarily like or agree with who they are, people should be who they are. And all human beings, like the thing about the right to defend yourself, all human beings have that. Mm-hmm. Okay? Do you all want to walk around getting punked by bullies like Will Smith, who thinks because he's bigger or has done some special training or whatever with boxers and other martial artists for movies, that he could just go around and slap a dude like Chris Rock that's clearly a beta male? Like, that's okay? Is that what you want in your life? Because those people,
I don't.
He's gonna, people like him will keep doing that. And people out there will keep doing that to you, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. No, that's...
So, I'm against that. I don't believe in that. You know, I think the smallest person out there, you know, the feeblest person, the oldest person.
Dana Perino. She's 5'2". She deserves a gun.
Yeah, you try to force yourself.
Let's bring it back to Dana Perino.
Absolutely. You know, we like hobbits also.
Oh yeah, no, hobbits. Yeah. That's Kim Kardashian. I don't know about her.
Oh,
is she short?
Yeah, yeah. Right, I think I've seen those episodes. Shout out to Flying Rich, I see him out there. Yeah, so, you know, I think that there's some things that are separated from politics is what I'm trying to say to you. I really don't think that, you know, you could separate this from politics. Everyone has the right to defend themselves, regardless of who they are.
100%.
And taking that away from... Like, we're living in a confused state in America where we're sending all these weapons, including ass missiles, to the Ukraine, and then people in America can't defend themselves.
Everybody on the left was so excited. Oh my God, did you see they gave machine guns to all the civilians to defend their country? But if you wanted to have that... I realize there's a war going on, but if they all had weaponry to begin with instead of being disarmed and then given weaponry, do you know how much slower? Russia probably wouldn't have even invaded. Why would you invade a country that is armed to the teeth? That makes no sense.
And we would have a better, more respectful country if we had that. People aren't going to be all equal. We're not all equal. Some of us are taller than others, better looking. You know,
Yes.
Everyone, like the grass is always greener on the other side. You're a pale white dude. You sometimes think, man, I wish I had a nice little tan. You know, as a black dude, I've never wanted to be white or anything like that, or anything that I'm not. But you know, there's
I've
always
never wanted
something.
to be black. I've been happy being white.
Yeah, there's always, and then there's. Cool.
I wish I had a little more hair, but you know, the genetics are just the way they are.
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's, I don't know. I don't know. There might always be, you know, something that people, I'm not going to say that, you know, that I haven't looked at something like, oh, you know, I'd like to be like that or whatever. I think we all do that. But we're not the same. We're not equal.
I don't think there's a problem with looking up to someone or something and going, I strive to be like that. That's different than wanting to change who you are as a whole.
Yeah. We are different.
No, and I don't see a problem, especially looking up to people who are successful or wealthy or doing, people just in general, somebody who's doing well in society. It doesn't even need to be money or power, but you're just a good person doing well in society, like that's something to respect and look up to for sure.
Yeah, we should all be equal under the law. That's it. That's all you get. We'll be right back here in a second.
With Arms List, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use, or $30 a month for business vendors, so when you're in the market, please consider Arms List. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Arms List.
Did you, before we move into Gorn, I just saw another article. Did you guys already talk about that kid that fell out of the Icon Park ride? Oh my God. Talk about
that was like a 14-year-old black kid that fell out of that thing, right?
What's that movie? Final Destination. That was some Final Destination shit. I watched the video
Yeah, because they said his thing was still locked. And I know he was like bigger kid.
He was, oh no, he was not a bigger kid. He was like 6'7", like 390 pounds. He was a massive 14-year-old.
So how did he get out of this thing? How did he get out of this thing if it was locked then?
I don't fully know. That's the weirdest thing. But if you watch the video, so the thing, this ride that you're on, pulls you down faster than gravity. Mm-hmm. So it straps you in, it takes you up 200 feet or whatever, and then it pulls you down faster than gravity. As it was coming to the bottom, if you watch the video, like as it comes about 20 or 25 feet up, you see it starts to slow down where it would to brace for coming to the bottom. And you see him just like, whoop, slide right out and just straight down he goes.
Oh, man.
But, it was I watched it a couple times. It was some Final Destination stuff going on there.
Yeah, that sucks. That's like a horrible thing, and I think he was on vacation with friends or something
Missouri
like that.
Or something.
But but his family wasn't immediately
I drive past that Icon Park when I was in college. I used to drive past that heading to Tampa from college. You take 417 to get to I-4, and Icon Park's right there. Mm-hmm. I would drive past that all the time and look at it and go, ain't no fucking way. There's no way.
I hate rides like that, man.
Nope. You ain't get me on that. That one, and they have one of those rides. It's like the big slingshot, where it's like cables and then it
throws you up.
Same thing. Nope, not getting on that. Ain't no way.
I don't do any of that kind of stuff. I'll take the little. If I do a roller coaster, I'll take the little kiddie roller coaster.
I have my limits, and those are my. I've done the Dr. Doom's ride at Universal like once or twice, and that's enough for me. Well, I
don't like anything like where the fear of dying type of stuff that people need to do. Well, guess what? To induce that, you got to almost die. That's the problem with that.
I'm not into that. Not into that.
Nah, it doesn't float my boat.
No. I have a fear. I have a healthy respect for morbidity and what a body can endure, and I don't. Even riding my motorcycle too fast, sometimes I'm like, I don't like this. I need to slow down. Like, I am not one of those that thinks I can get away with everything forever.
Life is fragile, man, and anything you could be in your kitchen, you could be in your living room and fall over backwards, and that's it.
I turned 30 a couple of years ago. I turned 30, and one day I'm in the garage doing laundry. I bend over to pick something up, and then I turn and lift with my back and throw my back out for like a week. And after that, I was like, I could die at any moment. I have seen my mortality. I could die at any fucking moment now.
Flying Rich said he'll do any one of those rides, and Shelly Fungus says, yet Babyface flew in a Robinson helicopter. That's Russian roulette right there.
Are those really not known for their safety? I don't know anything about that helicopter.
Those are low-budget helicopters. We've both done that I've done it a couple times.
You know what's funny, though? I will admit that if I ever had the money to go get a license, I would become a helicopter pilot. They seem so cool. Flying in it was fun. I would love to own one of like the small 1 or 2 man choppers. Super, super cool. But you know what the thing is there? I have control over my fate when I'm doing stuff like that. Like I know my limits, and when you work with a tool, you learn the tool's limits, and you don't push past that. When you're riding some carny's floppy ass jalopy ride, you're not in control of any of it. You don't even know if the bolts were tightened in the last 2 years.
I don't need to scare myself to death, man. I've almost died a couple of times in my life. So
the other one I did, Tower of Terror, did that once or twice. I don't need to do that anymore. I'm good. I'm all good.
Yeah. I've almost died. I've not died, but I've almost died a couple of times in my life. It's just not necessary for me to scare the shit out of myself.
Yeah, you're just like, Mom, I'm cool, bro. I'm
So,
cool.
I want to live a long, healthy life, and I want to die by snoo at an old age.
There you go.
You know, that's how I want to go out. You know,
Sir Walter Frey.
Yeah, you know, maybe pop out one more baby right before I kick it. You know,
God, we can do that.
And
we can do that.
Make my sons have to like raise their little brother. No, that'd be terrible.
That's so fucking creepy. That's so creepy. Oh, those people that have kids, like you have 30-year-old adult children, then you go and have another kid. It's like that's so
and then you're
weird.
like an old man, and they're like, "Is this your grandpa?" No, that's my dad.
Yes, that's so weird.
Just be a grandpa. Just be a grandpa. Huh?
I knew a couple kids in high school that had grandpa dads, and it was just like, I don't like this. This is weird.
Yeah. Armament and Axis says, I will say from experience, adrenaline is a hell of a drug.
It is. It is. It's fun at times, but I have my limits. I know my limits, and I don't typically push past them.
I mean, you know, so we all do things like I drive, and I drive fast sometimes. And, you know, but, I mean, I think those are calculated versus, like, these crazy-ass rides that people go on. And if you look at the numbers, that many people don't die from all that, but why do you do it in the first place? You know?
Plenty safe. They said that I had heard that they had tested the ride the week before. So it had been tested and approved, and it's working, and they tested again after, and everything is in working shape. So,
yeah,
you know, somebody called him up, and it was his time to go. Unfortunately,
yeah. Cruise man, you know, I guess there's some kind of lag out there. So, I see someone is complaining about the lag, which you know, I know it probably depends on your browser and all that. Cruise man says I was almost 40 when my daughter was born.
I don't want to be that old. Yeah. I'm 33 right now. Oh, I'm getting too close to that. We got to have a kid soon.
Yeah. You got to be still, you know, hey, listen, Cruise man. I don't know how old you are now. You could tell us how old you are now. But yeah, you still want to be young enough to torture your daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to be afraid of me. There needs to be some healthy fear there.
Yeah, you know.
I meet them at the front door in my underwear with the shotgun.
Yeah. DCG44 says, Hank, what is your max miles per hour? It's cool if you don't want to say. I think the fastest I've been is like 160.
I think 120 to 140 somewhere in there is as fast as I've ever gone.
Yeah, I did 130 something when I was on the Talladega Speedway. But I couldn't go faster.
Car can handle it.
Yeah, I couldn't go faster than the pace car. So Cruiseman says he's 52. So there you go.
So you got like an early teen.
Yeah, that's not really bad. Yeah, it's not terrible. No. You know, like, but to be 72 and your daughter is just about to become 13 years old.
Yeah, that's the weird ones. I
mean, at that point, you know, you're just raising like a nurse. To somehow
that's so weird.
You know, she's gonna somehow like try to like, oh, you know, my poor old ass daddy. You know.
That is weird.
And I think it's also weird to be like, so would you be an old dude and have like a young wife? Would you do that?
No. I don't want to train another wife. Mine is nicely trained. Her and I get along real well. She allows me to buy whatever I want, whenever I want.
Right,
and I allow her to do the same. So why would I want another one? Why would I want to, you know, we got to go through the whole steps of learning each other.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
I mean, I always thought that was cool when I was younger, but to be honest with you, I don't want to be an old dude, and then you have a young wife that you can't even, like, you don't even have the wherewithal
to
fully appreciate. Yeah, it's like being an old dude, and you're driving like a badass car that you're way too old.
An 85-year-old
you got to do that while you're
Ferrari.
young. Yeah. You got to get that out of your system by a certain age, and even if you still have the car, you know, hey, I drove, I did all that, but
Yes, yes.
as an old dude, you want to be thinking about your grandkids, and if you don't have grandkids, you want to think about like how can you help the next generation or some shit like that,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't want to be an old 70-something-year-old man like pumping yourself up with steroids so you could be cock diesel.
There are dudes out there that are just
trying to
like
date.
that.
Trying to date. Yeah, don't do it. Okay, Gorn, let's do some Gorn. What is, first of all, this gun you've been showing off, what is that?
This is my Colt Series 70. This is my ugly Colt. Hold on, there we go.
It's getting better. It's getting better looking, I think.
I added some wood grips to it, but other than that, I haven't done anything to this gun. It's a Series 70 Colt 1911 from like 1976. It's loose. Let me see if you can hear this.
What's the gun that you have that has gun aids?
This one has some gun aids to it. I mean, look.
It's all. Oh, it does. Is it
look
this
at the
one?
trigger guard.
Oh, okay.
You see the trigger guard on it.
Yeah.
But no, it's a Colt. It's a brand name. This thing shoots like day it was born. It's loosey goosey. It doesn't fail ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just ugly. I did some work on this when I was first getting into gunsmithing. I bought this thing for $600, and then I bought a replacement trigger, replacement hammer, and a replacement sear. Oh, and a replacement beaver tail backstrap, all from Wilson Combat. And I bought the tools from Brownells, of all places, to properly fit that. And I fitted this trigger to my liking. I don't know if you guys can tell. Let's see if it'll focus. Very little take up. You can see there's only a tiny
Is that
bit
the
of
wall?
take up.
Okay.
Yeah, then let's see, come on. And then you can see it's basically, I pinched the shit out of myself, but it barely needs any pressure and it goes off. But it is still safe. I made sure that I have it positive enough where it will go off without, you don't have to worry about dropping it and it going off or anything, but
yeah.
no, I've had this thing for a long time. This is probably one that I won't ever sell.
No, that's cool. It's a Colt. Yeah.
And it works great. It fires just fine.
Yeah, old school Colt. So here's some. So first of all, let me start this with I got like a care package from JSD Supply. So big shout out to JSD Supply. Got some JSD Supply stuff in boxes. Ooh, there you go, JSD. Ooh, awesomeness in here. So there's going to be some projects that are coming in the future here from JSD Supply. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go further than that. And in this box, because we'll do more stuff. And if you're looking for like 80% stuff or whatever, go to JSD Supply. So check it out. Here's a sweatshirt. There's nothing on that side, but this side, JSD Supply. What is it? Pewtang. Shout out to Pewtang. And then what's the other thing? Revelation in firearms. Patmos.
I don't know who that
Patmos.
is.
So you'll see who Patmos is right now. So big thanks for the heavy sweater. I appreciate that. I'll keep that around for probably next winter because it's hot in Florida now. So I've had this SIG FCU for P320 for a little while here, right? So you guys know that. So Polymer 80, they sent a Polymer 80 grip. So that's what we got there from Polymer 80. Very nice. I like the stippling on this. Feels really good and sticky and all that kind of stuff, but not too aggressive. So there you go. And so the Patmos is the slide right here. So this entire slide, let's see if I can get it to, there we go. Complete.
Oh, it's very
slide.
nice. Iron.
Yeah, that's from Patmos.
Sights.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So very, 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 very nice.
Yeah, it looks good.
Hold on a second. Yeah.
So it should be able to just kind of go together.
It should. No. This is all
do.
completed because this firearm's completed.
Oh, because it's a firearm. That's right.
Yeah, this firearm's completed.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So this basically would go in here, which I was messing around with it, and for some reason, I don't know if some part was going in wrong, so I'm going to do this right now while we're talking.
You're gonna attempt it?
The magic of... I tried it earlier, and I didn't get everything to work. What did you bit the
Let's see if it'll focus.
Oh,
I
look at
pinched
that
myself
blood.
with
Blood has
with
been
the hammer.
spilled.
It hurts.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Babyface has a boo-boo.
Yeah, 1911 hammers are no joke.
I'm sorry, that's like a macho way of like, you know,
I
if
did-
your
it
wife was here or some lady out there, be like, oh, so sorry.
It was a blood blister, and I did do the macho thing, and I popped it while Hank was showing
Oh,
stuff
I don't
off.
think I needed to know that, but okay.
No, I stuck it to drain the blood out, but it's gonna
Yeah.
be ugly for a couple days.
Yeah, Shelly Fungus says that looks great. Hat and glove. They stipple the grip all the way up. Yeah, that's cool. So here, I'm gonna put this in. So I think you gotta kind of do this on an angle. So I'm gonna do that, and you gotta move the trigger back a little bit. So let's see. Okay. I used to do this with the P250s. So yeah, I think that's pretty much in here. And I don't think that was the problem. So there we go. Let's.
No, that's it. And then you got to put the part through the side.
Oh, look at that now.
It
Oh,
looks really good.
yeah.
You got to put
Okay.
do you have the takedown pin?
So yeah, the takedown pin's right here.
Mhm.
Let's see
So that
if
has
we
to
can
go
get
in.
it. Yeah. Come on. There you go. All right. So yeah, this has to go in now. So basically, is that your radio? I heard.
Yeah, I just turned it on to see if anybody was
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah. So yes, last night after I got off the podcast, man, because I put up an antenna, and Lola was working.
We had just gotten home from dinner, and Hank calls and it's like, "I'm waking you up. We got to talk."
Yeah. And Lola's like, I can't believe you.
Oh
Yeah.
god!
I'm
We were
supposed to-
we were up. We had just gotten home. It was like 9:30.
Yeah. Yeah, but Lola was not talking to me, and I wanted to celebrate the awesomeness of my.
So for anybody that's listening or watching that doesn't know, Hank and I are probably about 45 minutes apart driving, maybe close to an hour depending on how quick you go. And with his antenna, he is able to hit the repeaters that are right near my house, so I could hear him clearly. And then, not only that, he was able to reach out directly, and I was able to pick him up just off of an open airwave.
Yeah, now a straight line, we might be 20-something miles. I'm not really sure what that did.
Something
Actually,
like
let me
that.
see. I could probably check right now on my phone, but I don't want to.
Well, you work.
I don't want to show.
Work
No,
on the
actually,
gun,
I can't
I'll
check on my phone. Yeah, what is the?
I'll check.
Yeah. So check it out. So I got that in. You guys are going through this with me. There you go. I think this is supposed to be in the down. Is that right? I don't know. I think it's supposed to be like that when you're putting the slide on. I think so. It's been a while since I did the P250s, and these are definitely like nicer and better than the P250s. So that's not the problem. Now, I have a feeling that this came like this, and I have a feeling this is wrong. Am I right or wrong about that? Because, like, do you see that? See right here, this is sitting. Is this reversed, or am I wrong here?
We are exactly 21 miles apart as a crow flies.
Oh, okay. So I don't know.
21.08 miles apart as a crow flies.
Is this supposed to go this way? No, it can't be that way. No. So I guess this is.
The main thing is it has to sit flush.
Yeah. So this has to sit like
Can't
this,
stick out
right?
like that. Yep.
I think
That's
so.
it.
I think that's how this goes. All right. So
And
let's
then
try.
It should slide together.
Yeah. Let's try this. I think I'm missing something in this. Okay. Do I need to pull the trigger?
You
hold on.
shouldn't.
So, okay, this is not. See, it doesn't want to go on. Oh no! There we go. Got
There
it
it
on.
is. There it is.
Wait, no, it's not all the way. Oh wait.
Pull
hold on.
it all the way back.
Okay,
and then,
locked it back.
Now do the slide release. Do the the thing on the side. the pin on the side.
Yeah. So this goes.
To lock the slide on.
Yeah. So let's see.
Slide lock.
Let's see. And
There
we
you
go.
go.
Oh, badassery is in the building.
That's pretty cool. How's the trigger feel on that unit?
Hold on a second. Let's see. Badassery's in. Yeah.
Is it good? Good trigger?
Yeah, it feels good. No, there's something. The slide is moving. Look, hold on. Let me see if I can show you this. Look, see that one?
Oh, it's not far enough forward.
Something.
When you rack it back, it's going too far back.
Yeah, something is wrong there because when I pull the trigger, I did something wrong. See that? It shouldn't. Like.
That was right. That
Yeah,
seems correct.
that seemed better, right?
That's correct.
Okay,
right
there you go. Yep. So that's not. I like the flat. I like
nope,
the.
now it's too far. No. Now look at.
Oh,
the
I
front
did
where
it
the
again.
arrow
Yeah,
is.
it's out of battery. There you go.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's in battery.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
How
That's
does
nice.
the trigger feel on that pack?
It feels good. It feels like, hold on. It's way better than a P250. Well, that did not reset. See that?
You're not in battery.
So
You're out of battery
something...
right now.
Yeah, I'm not doing it aggressively enough.
It's not going into battery. For some reason. Now it's good.
Yeah, that's good. Let's see. Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, okay.
I like that. Yeah, this is cool, man. So, I am now owning a P320. Thanks to
I don't
JSD
have one. I
supply.
would like to get one. So.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization like TUSC Crypto. TUSC cryptocurrency is a firearm-friendly e-commerce option for online payment transactions, secured on the blockchain. So when you're in the crypto market, please consider TUSC, TUSC.
So, Shelly Fungus is saying to reverse the guide rod just for kicks. What do you think?
It shouldn't work.
Yeah, I don't
you
think
can try doing that, but it should. It's a captured guide rod. It should only go in one direction. It shouldn't.
Yeah, I think when I tried it, so let me see. Then we got to go backwards here and pull this down, and then it should just come off. There we go. So I don't think that this should. Okay, see how it is right there? Let's see if we can get it close up.
Yeah, so it's like
that looks like it's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
The fat end is supposed to go towards this whatever this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
right
one.
here.
It's one directional. It's unidirectional. You can't make it go.
Yeah, I don't think it could do that. I think I'm just not like pulling it positively enough.
And
gotta
putting
shoot
things
this
like
and
that
see.
together that aren't made in the same factory for each other, a lot of times they just need to be worked in.
Yeah, let's see. Okay.
That worked that time.
Yeah, I think like you just said, it probably needs. Oh, but man, we got to test this now.
It looks good. It looks real
Yeah.
sharp. Does that slide have a cut for an RMR?
Oh yes, sir.
Okay.
Hold on. Check this out here. Look at that.
Okay, it's cut. Yep, top cut.
Yep. That is nice. Got to put a can on this bad boy
Yeah,
and
see
shoot
how it
it.
works.
Yeah. So that's cool. I got a P320, and we're gonna have some other stuff from JSD for the peoples in the very short future. But if you guys are looking for anything, I don't know if Lola is even watching the show or anything like that. I think we have a link for JSD that you guys can use. But we'll see. I'm not sure if Lola is looking or not. I'll see. I'll text her, see if I can get her to put the link. Let's see the comments. Brian Quick says the slide's not going into batteries probably due to the barrel fit to the slide. Cruiseman, I want to do one of the P320 kits. And DCG44 says, stop being gentle, let it fly. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Night Train says this. The comment that he just said. And Armament Axis says, just shoot it with a can. Shoot out the window, says 42. Okay.
You just do a desk pop out the window.
Yeah, Lola says it's in the description. So anyone who's live with us now, check the description. There is an affiliate code that we have. So, you can send a couple of pennies in our direction. But JSD is doing good stuff. So shout out to those guys, man. JSD Supply has like grown, a lot in damn it, like in the last 2 years, man, they've been kicking ass. So kudos to them. All right, let's see. What else? Did you have another gun? Where's this Galil you've been working on? Where's the Galil?
It is not ready yet. I haven't finished it yet. So
Okay.
It will probably be finished this weekend, but I don't want to make any guarantees.
Yeah.
It has been a nightmare. It has been a hell of a nightmare for anybody that's listening, that is watching that series. The receiver, in the video that we did last week, you saw that I headspaced the barrel, drilled the gas. I got ahead of myself because I was ready. I drilled the gas port. I got ready to install the front sight block. And then I realized that the receiver was warped. And if anybody wants to see, you can go to my Instagram. It's baby_face P. And on there, I have some pictures. You probably have to scroll down a couple weeks, but I have some pictures of the warped receiver.
Oh, this is... Oh, okay, I remember this story. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
had to send it in.
Right.
Mind you, I already had the barrel headspaced.
Right.
So I sent it in. They took a while. They sent me a new one back. The new receiver looks fine.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went to put my now headspace and drilled barrel, it doesn't time correctly and doesn't headspace correctly. So I'm having to go through, and I'm going to do it this weekend. I'm going to have to go through and re-headspace the barrel, basically deeper, and then re-chamber it. So I'm working on that this weekend. I just have been putting it off because I already had the other videos ready to go, and I wanted to get them rolling. But man, this is the second time I built a Galil, and both times they have been absolute nightmares.
Yeah.
Building guns isn't easy, especially when you only do like one-offs and you're not an expert at it. Building guns is not it's not super simple.
And I would say that, I mean, can you imagine like when people are getting these parts kits in? Like,
that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is you can buy an AK parts kit, but you need the tools. But you know, I will say that I have a lot of people that have reached out to me saying that, hey, I'm glad to see, well, especially when the recent videos started going live, glad to see this is coming out again. I've built my first AK because of you, which felt really good. It feels really cool to hear that people are using my content to help build their first guns. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, I would say that if people, I think you do a lot of stuff on your channel, but the cool thing is you're not afraid to build guns. So
yeah, nobody else will do it, so somebody has to.
Yeah, and I think people appreciate that. Like you know, I know we wanted to. I shouldn't even say I think. I know we wanted to run an intervention on you for building your own MP5.
You and I talked earlier. I had my reasons, and I truly wanted to do it myself, so I can say that I did.
Yeah.
And it works fine. It works great. It shoots great. I'm very happy with it. It needs a new paint chopper. The paint I put on it is not lasting like I had hoped.
No. Okay.
So I'm gonna probably end up Cerakoting it in the future, but
yeah,
it works great.
Yeah, Flying Bridge says P80 equals easy. So, is this there you go. No, that's good. Consider, like, how many people would have totally mangled that up? Like, that's usable, right? You could defend yourself with that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no. This thing works great. It likes German mags better than the non-German, the Korean mags. Korean mags still work. It just prefers the German mags. But no, this thing runs perfect, so especially suppressed or unsuppressed. It runs great.
What can is that you just put on there? Is that a Liberty?
This is a Silencer Co. Octane 45.
Octane, okay. And DCG 44s wants to know, BFP, how much easier is milled?
Receiver AKs?
I'm guessing.
Not that much simpler. I don't think they're that much. Well, you don't have to do. There's a lot of steps you can skip when doing a milled receiver, and you don't have to worry about bending up a sheet metal receiver. So it's a little simpler in that aspect. But the AK was designed to run on a stamped sheet metal receiver. I don't think you need a milled receiver. Plus, milled receivers are really heavy.
Yeah. So there you go. Let me see. Flying Rich says he bought 2 MP5 flats. Do you know about that?
No, does he have 2 parts kits to go along with it?
Oh, I don't know. So that, I mean, you know, Flying Rich is out there building a lot of stuff, working on a lot of stuff. So there you go.
Good.
I need Flying Rich to 3D print me some ham radio stuff.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need a couple of ham radio things. So there you go. Let's see. Oh, you know what I wanted to ask you about? How goes your night vision journey? Where are you at on this?
I am still running the same helmet. I am waiting until I have the funds set aside that aren't being spent on the channel to go take a night vision class. I really want to take, there's a couple guys that I want to take a class from. The main one is, he goes, this sounds so goofy. On Instagram, he goes by Mocha Bear.
Okay.
He's an ex ranger that teaches night vision shooting, and I can't remember the name of his course. I've watched him on YouTube. Hold on, let me see if I can find him real quick. But he's in Miami, and he teaches night vision classes. So next time what I really need to do is send him an email and see if he wants to schedule a class at Aries, because that would make it awesome for me to just travel, an hour down to Aries to see it.
Totally. Yeah, let's totally selfishly make this man. You better fill the class if you're gonna do that.
No. He does traveling. He does travel. His classes travel, so he's all over the country. But I was like, man, if I could set him up with Trey, get him to meet and know Trey, and set up a course, I would love to make it only an hour drive for myself to get there.
Yeah. But what I would say to that is, because I don't know how big his class is, but I think that would probably be cool if he's cool with
10,
it.
15 people.
Yeah, and Trey is cool with it at Aries Firearms Training Facility, and then maybe we do something to help get people there.
I think his name is John DeFresney. He runs Kinetic Consulting. That's the name.
Okay.
He seems like a cool guy. He's down in Miami, so he's not far. But no, I've been wanting to take a night vision specific course with him. But no, I'm still on. I got my helmet set up. So for anybody curious, this is a dual tube DTNVG that's running surplus Anvis tubes in it. So they're not super high end tubes, but they're decent green Foss tubes. I haven't been doing a whole lot of adding. I kind of have my helmet like I like it. I have the attachments here so I can put my ear pro. I got my counterweights in the back. Obviously, I got my batteries. I did just pick up this really cool IR strobe. Let's see if I can. You might be able to see it through the camera, because the camera sometimes will pick up IR. Hold on. Let me turn it on.
So, okay.
Let's see if it'll strobe on camera.
I'm not seeing it.
No, camera doesn't pick it up.
It's on, though, right?
Yeah, it's on. It's infrared. And it has like 3 different modes, and then you can turn it off. And it's really simple. These IR strobes are only like $18, and they work really well. The high end ones that you can get, the Mantas, are like $250, which is insane. So I thought, for me, that's just a guy that loves shitting around in the woods at night, this is perfect. But no, I have my helmet like I like it right now. I just want to go do some shooting with it, and it's hard to get people. I need to get some people with me to go shooting. I don't want to just shoot by myself, so that's the hard part.
No, I get it. That's like me with the ham radio. You got to have people to talk to.
Did I show off Marley's helmet? I did set up a whole helmet for Marley.
No, you can show it.
Let's see.
Flying Rich wants to know if Aries can do night shoots. We need to get Trey on. I think he does do that stuff, but we would have to check with him to verify that. This
is Marley's helmet. Same-ish setup. She wanted green, so I did green for all of her stuff. But she has a PVS 7 on hers. There was no reason for somebody that's just going to look at the stars. There was no reason to buy a $6,000.
Marley has used that. Marley has used that.
Yes, and she loves it.
Okay, cool. Where's the picture?
So this was of what? Marley with it?
Yeah,
I put one up the other day, I think.
Oh, okay. I need to check.
They're on Instagram. But no, this PVS 7 I got for $900, which is a steal of a deal when it comes to Gen 3 nods. Even old PVS 7s, $900 is a hell of a deal. So she likes her helmet. It's good. It works great for looking at the stars.
Let's see, Babyface P. Let's go to Babyface P here and pull this up. Night vision. Let's see.
I should have some on there somewhere.
Yeah, I see. Well, there's tons of night vision stuff. I'm trying to see.
There was a cool one I did of. Let me see. Oh, I got rid of all the pictures on my computer or on my phone when I switched over. Okay. There was a neat one I took of her eye, because you can see when you right there, that one right in the middle that's black.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just her eye.
Yeah, so I gotta blow it up so people could see.
Yeah. So she's in pitch. We're in pitch black, but she could see everything perfectly. But yeah, it's just a picture of her eye.
Is there? Well, you don't have a way yet to like do video or take pictures of what you're seeing in night vision, right?
I did, and I can do it again. It's a little more difficult. So I have an adapter that goes from a PVS 14 to a camera lens, to my Canon, but I scavenged the tube out of my PVS-14 to put into my dual tube housing. So I need to rebuild my PVS-14 to use it on camera again. But once I do that, I'll have 3 units. I'll have a 7, a 14, and a dual tube.
Yeah, and some people, I noticed some people asking about Trey. Trey's good. Last time I spoke to him,
I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Yeah, DCG says, speaking of Trey, he needs to be back on the show. Armin and Axis says, how is Trey? So far as I know, last time I spoke to him, he's good. We do need to get him back on the show. He's tough to pin down.
I know family seems like they're doing pretty well. I follow his wife on Facebook. She's a friend of mine on Facebook, and I know that seems like they are busy constantly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, but yeah, we do need to get him on. And actually, I think we need to go out there and do something out there.
Yeah, and if Trey, if anybody gets in touch with him before I do, and Trey is interested, I would be more than happy to try to make the connection to see if Kinetic Consulting would come do a class there next year or year after.
Yeah, for all you know, Trey may know him, because I know Trey is having classes out there. So
that community, especially the community like that does like specialty things, it's pretty small. There's not a lot of people that run those courses, so Trey may already know him.
Yeah,
you know, the reason I didn't do the introduction, one, I don't know the guy personally, the other guy, the night vision instructor, but two, this community is so damn fickle sometimes. I didn't want to reach out and then him be like, oh no, I've talked to that guy and he's a dickhead or something like that, you know?
Right.
Because that's how this community goes, is there's so many people that are like, no, screw that guy.
And you really need to get enough people. You probably need to give yourself enough time to get enough people in that class. Those tend to be expensive, and the equipment set up and all that for that is gonna definitely
run me. Go run that course is gonna be $700 or $800.
Yeah.
Between ammo and driving and the fee to take the course, and then don't forget that the barrier to entry is to have night vision. Like you have to have at least $2,000 in equipment just to get yourself to go to the course. Then you got to pay for the course, pay for the ammo. It's not a night vision. Isn't a cheap game to get into, but it's well worth it. Again, my favorite thing to say is it's a superpower that you can buy. You can go become a superhero by buying night vision. It's amazing to see in the dark.
Yeah, and you've done that stuff here at my place, right? I'm pretty sure you have.
Yeah, no. So I've shot out at your house with nods on. I want some instruction from somebody who's actually done it before, because I can go out and shoot at steel targets all day long. I would like to get some training from somebody who knows what they're doing. So maybe one day. Maybe one day.
No, I'm sure there's a bunch of resources. Brian Quick says, so what takes the place of nods as the new flex this year?
Oh God, if you got money, it'd be thermal, but I don't have that kind of money.
There's some badass stuff out there.
Yeah, I don't know what. I'm not sure what the big thing is right now. Like for me, night vision was the big thing for me to get into. I don't know what like the next big thing would be.
Yeah, this stuff needs to get a little bit cheaper for me.
It's unfortunately,
or I need to sell some guns and get.
I don't know that it will get any cheaper. That's kind of the problem. Is it's kept its. You can get into like the PVS-7. If I were to sell it, you could get into a PVS-7 for pretty reasonable. Yeah. PVS-14s are coming down. I've seen whole PVS kits ready to go. The unit, the mount, everything with a nice tube for about $2,000. But that's about the cheapest you can get. And then you got to have some way of putting it on your head. Then you start going down that rabbit hole, and the helmet-mounted rabbit hole is real dangerous because there's all sorts of cool shit that you can add. Oh, I'll show you something to Marley today. Really cool. There's a it's a little palm light that's about this big, and it's got a whole bunch of IR LEDs in it, and you can put it on somebody's hand, and IR is good for going through skin. Infrared goes through skin a lot better than visible light does, obviously. So at night, under nods, if you were, say, para-rescue or something, you put this on somebody's hand, you turn the lights on, and you can see every single vein going through the person's hand, which allows you to It allows you to get a line started on a patient if you were taking them out of somewhere. Really, really neat. It was super. I showed that to Marlene. Even she was like, "Man, that's pretty cool."
Yeah. 42 Chill says blasphemy. You know, you never sell guns. If I had to, I would. If I want to upgrade, go to better stuff or whatever.
I don't think you guys understand the inventory that is sitting around that hacienda. That just collects dust. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No.
There's
So
a lot of dust.
some of it will continue. My specific collection's not going anywhere, but I always have some guns. I'm like, you know, if I need the money, I know what to do.
Yeah,
here.
there's always things that are easy enough to move.
Yeah. So a couple of things. Someone's asking about Bruce Willis, but let's talk about so Biden wants to what is it? He wants to put a couple billion towards the ATF.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, let's see. Let me go to the Trace one here. There's other articles that people sent me. Biden administration calls for increased ATF funding.
The Who Moved My Freedom podcast is made possible by our partners at 2A Commerce. Veteran owned and with over 20 years experience, 2A Commerce is the leader in custom e-commerce and web application development in the shooting sports industry. Clients include major brands such as Guard Dog Body Armor, Sylvan Arms, AccuFire Technologies, The Tactical Games, Warrior Knife Company, and yours truly, Hank Strange. Visit 2A Commerce and support this show by supporting them. Once again, visit the number 2acommerce.com.
All right. So I missed that break.
Jimenez Arms. Everybody go collect your Jimenez Arms right now. There's an article today from USA Today saying that the ATF has revoked the license of Jimenez Arms.
Really?
Those are those little shit pistols that you can get for like $80.
What did they do?
Kansas City filed a lawsuit against Jimenez Arms in 2020 alleging the pistol manufacturer created a public nuisance by fueling illegal gun trafficking in the city with its low-quality zinc alloy pistols that can retail for $150. The family of a shooting victim also sued the company. Jimenez declared bankruptcy shortly after the suit was filed, then quickly obtained a new federal firearms license for the same owners in the same city, which the guy from Jimenez has done that like 5 times. That's not anything new. That prompted extraordinary actions from Everytown, which is the basically the devil's asshole of anti-gunners, which brought up the entire inventory of Jimenez pistols and gun frames at a bankruptcy auction and had them destroyed. What a waste of their fucking money. So when Jimenez closed their doors, I guess Everytown for Gun Safety spent all of the money that had been donated to them to buy up all of these useless fucking frames and destroy them. Great use of your money.
Well, yeah, if they waste it, it's all good with me. But
I guess so.
Yeah. So the ATF thing says Biden. So let's see. On Monday, the White House released its $5.8 trillion 2023 fiscal budget and annual wish list, which this year proposes a 13% increase to $1.7 billion for the ATF. The money would give the agency the ability to hire 300 more people, in part to crack down on problematic gun dealers and ensure that federal firearms licensees comply with the law. The funding would also target gun trafficking, increase resources for the agency's gun ballistics program, and contribute to its gun tracing capacity. The budget also earmarks, there's a whole bunch of things here, $1.97 billion discretionary, $500 million community-led violence.
Discretionary. Hold on. Yeah. Discretionary funding, that's a slush fund to spend on whatever the fuck you want. Like glory holes. You can spend your slush fund billions on glory holes.
Yeah.
If anybody doesn't know about that story, let me know and I will relay it another time because it's always a good story.
$60 million for the CDC and NIH to research gun violence, which is a 140% increase. I don't know. Hundreds of millions for so-called root cause interventions that expand mental health services, housing assistance, employment programs, domestic violence prevention, and more. Basically paying people not to shoot people, I guess. So, yeah.
Can you imagine paying people not to shoot each other? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the ATF, man.
Can fuck themselves.
Are we going to get a president that... Yeah, well, that's a good one. Are we gonna get a president that's just gonna abolish the ATF? I don't know. I don't. I feel like there's no
Regulatory
will.
agencies are garbage agencies, all of them.
Yeah.
They have no ability to create law. They should never be creating law. They're garbage agencies that don't do anything for the American people but waste our money. That's all they do.
Yeah. DCG 44 says problematic gun dealers is leftist code for those doing business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I bet you the guys at the ATF that work with alcohol and tobacco, they're probably really disappointed because they don't get to shoot dogs on the regular. So they probably, could you imagine being like the alcohol and tobacco guy? You don't get it to do any dog killing. You just are like the bottom of the totem pole around there.
Yeah. I know
Shame.
you're being I know you're being facetious. So and then the other thing I think that some people mention here is Bruce Willis has what is it he has? I
He had
just saw
some
it here.
diagnosis. I didn't read what it
Yeah.
was.
I'm gonna go back here in aphasia. Bruce Willis has aphasia.
Really?
Robs you of the ability to communicate and can affect your ability to speak, write, and understand language.
Aphasias. The different aphasias are very scary. Oh, they're
Yeah.
awful. That's
Yeah.
real sad.
So yeah, that sucks. So he's retiring
Ugh.
from acting. Bruce Willis, a guy who's
So if
put a long
anybody
time in.
if anybody out there wants to go look at some interesting psychology videos, which by the way I have a psychology degree, that's why I know about aphasias.
Mhm.
Go watch either Wernicke's aphasia or shit, I can't remember the other one. Basically, that's the best way to put it. So one of the aphasias, you can still speak, but you basically speak in nonsense. It's funny to watch, but it's really sad because the person will say nonsense words as if they meant something, and in their brain they're speaking a regular sentence, but the words that they're saying are complete nonsense. It's just jumbles of gobbledygook words, so they're not actually making any sense, and it's really sad. And then the other aphasias could be where you can't speak at all. They're awful diseases. Most of the time they come from brain trauma, though, which is odd. I wonder if he had some sort of issue.
I mean, he could have. It's it's possible that he that happened, like doing a stunt or something like that. Wasn't there
Yeah.
someone from Saved by the Bell who had that?
Was there? I don't know.
Yeah, I think. Let me see. I think one of the girls on Saved by the Bell had something like that.
Hmm.
You know. Yeah. Is it Lark? I think it's Lark Voorhees.
Hmm.
I don't know, but I know she definitely had a thing where like she was just saying like gobbledygook. But maybe
Yeah.
that's a different thing. But there's I don't know if that's called aphasia. I'm trying to look it up right now. But I've seen video
He
where she's talking.
His children, man, he had some old names for his kids. Have you ever heard his kids' names?
Mm-mm.
Rummer, Scout, Tallulah, Mabel, and Evelyn. Those are like old names. Like your great grandparents had those kind of names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tallulah. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's an old name. Mabel and Evelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Those are old day names. Oh my God, he turned 67 this month, so he's not even that old, really.
Yeah, there was something I saw about her not being included at Lark Voorhees in the
Because she was having issues.
in the reboot. Yeah, because there's something up with her, and she's not crazy, but she has some kind of thing where she just talks, or it looks like So yeah, that sucks. So there you go. Yeah, that's too bad. I would say Bruce Willis, one of my favorite gun movie dudes.
And he's a conservative.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's a gun-toting conservative, so
Right. Yeah.
he can. If it was from brain trauma or say a stroke or something like that, you could, depending on how healthy he is right now, conceivably recover from it. It's just reconnecting neural pathways takes a very long time. Very, very long time. So
Yeah. And, you know, it sucks to go out like that. You want to go out with your boots on, getting snoo.
well, remember, he's not
that
dead.
sucks.
He's just
No, he's
taking a
not.
step back from his
Yeah,
career.
yeah. No, for sure. You know, did you see the Nicolas Cage? Nick Cage has a movie coming out where he plays Nicolas Cage.
No,
Have you seen
I
it?
can't. What does that even mean?
I'm just thinking
Why
about
is
it
that man
because,
so crazy?
well, I mean, you know, you think about it. It's
Plays himself.
it's called, yeah. Hold on, let's see. I'll throw it up here. It's
The
called,
unbreakable weight of massive talent.
yeah, The Unbearable Weight. Yeah,
Unbearable weight of massive talent.
yeah. That's a new movie coming out by Will Smith. It's gonna take a second here to load, but he's basically playing himself.
This is a Will Smith movie?
Is it a
Is that
Will
what you
Smith
said?
movie? No.
No,
Oh,
that's what you just said. Coming out
Nicholas-
by Will Smith.
no. I'm sorry, Nicolas Cage. Yeah, just got Will
Okay.
Smith on the brain. Unfortunately, yeah, but that's a movie he's got coming out. He's been doing a lot of crazy movies, but he's playing himself in this movie. He's an actor. He takes a role. You know,
He's never
it's
been a good actor, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
No, I mean sometimes sometimes like movies is
he's
casting.
popular
Yeah.
by being a shitty actor. That's what made him
Yeah.
good.
Or
was 'cause he's
sometimes
like
you give a guy a role and he's perfect for it because he's batshit crazy.
Yeah, that would be Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Face
Face Off, like someone says Face Off. Face Off was good.
Was it? I don't
For the
remember it very
time,
well.
for the
I thought-
time, Face Off is good. Totally ridiculous.
ridiculous movie, yeah.
Yeah, and Shelley Fungus says, "Isn't Cage Francis Ford Coppola's nephew?"
Coppola. That's who I was gonna say. He's a Coppola.
Yeah,
So that's how we got to start.
42 Chilled says, "Did Will slap him too?" Probably. Who knows?
Oh, there was a
Anybody
Nick
could
Cage
anybody could get it.
What was
Anybody
the
could get it.
Cheddar Goblin.
What?
Cheddar Goblin.
Yeah.
Nick Cage did a movie, a really crazy Mandy, called Mandy. It's this psychedelic horror movie that he did in 2018. There's a scene in it that was made famous by this puppet called Cheddar Goblin. And if anybody hasn't seen it, you should go watch. It's a fake commercial for like a mac and cheese brand called Cheddar Goblin. And there's a goblin that throws up cheddar mac and cheese all over these kids. It's a really funny commercial from the movie, but I've never seen it, and I've heard Nicolas Cage in this movie was actually really good. Mandy is the name.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been meaning to go watch it. I've heard it's pretty good, but it's some weird psychedelic horror movie.
Yeah, you know, like I said, I think that it's possible that you know, you could be a terrible actor and do some good movies.
Still, I mean, look at what's his name's eyes, Steve Buscemi. That man's got the wildest eyes, and he's still a great actor.
Yeah, I like what? How come? Well, oh, I guess I got to put Nicholas.
If you put Nick Cage, it doesn't come up correctly. I tried.
No. Yeah, I'm trying it too in IMDb,
Mhm.
which is really crazy. Okay, hold on. What was Ghost Rider was the movie I'm talking about.
I didn't watch it. I can't imagine that being very good.
It's not a great movie, but the first one I kind of liked. Yeah,
The
I kinda liked it.
the first one where they seal the Declaration of Independence was a good movie.
Yeah, that's National Treasure.
The first National Treasure was a good movie. I'll give
Yeah.
credit. That was a good movie.
Yeah, I like the woman that was playing next to him in Ghost Rider, but I can't like none of this stuff is coming up on my phone. Come on,
Ghost Rider.
Rider. Remember Ghost Rider is when he was a dude that rides motorcycles, but you know he becomes
it's a Marvel
star.
superhero.
Yeah, it's a superhero thing.
It's a Marvel. 2007.
And there was a lady in there that I think. Oh, here we go. Here, Eva Mendes.
Eva Mendes. Yep,
Yeah,
I see what you're talking about.
Eva Mendes is she's a cutie.
Yeah, back in 2007, she was a hottie.
Yeah, you know. So, you know, he's done some good movies. He does, you know, some crazy movies out there, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And he bought a lot of castles.
Did he really?
Yeah, I think he spent a lot of his money buying castles.
Is that like something he was known for? Was buying castles?
Yes. He owns a bunch of castles, So Shelly Fungus says she's hot. She's cute. Yeah, Eva Mendes is cute. So listen. Same thing with really Bruce Willis has done some horrible movies too.
Oh, I'm sure he has. Yeah.
He's done some horrible movies. But there's still some good stuff out there they can live on. We'll see what this is. I'm not paying money to go to the movies, by the way, anymore. I'm over that nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in the same thing. I don't do that garbage anymore.
Yeah.
Marley still likes the ambiance of it all.
A movie theater?
Yeah, I hate it. I'd rather just wait for it to come out on TV, and then we got a big flat screen and a nice surround sound. I just listen to it, watch it.
Yeah, And nowadays, man, you could buy a 70-inch TV like it's cheap. Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
From Wally Mart.
Yeah.
You could go buy a 70-inch like for what? Like $500.
500, you can get a good TV. Yeah.
That's like 2-3 movies right there, man. Let's say you watch 5 movies on that at home, you're good. You get a nice little sound bar.
I knew somebody. We had worked for him, and he was he was a friend of my grandfather back when I was right out of college. And he was a tech guy. He was an older guy. He was probably he's dead now. He would have been in his late 80s. I think he died a couple years back. But he was my grandfather said when they worked at Honeywell and whatnot together, he was the guy that always was spending money on technology. That was his thing. He ended up buying like a technology store, like a local Best Buy type of thing. But we had gone there, and this was when HD was first coming around. So I think I was probably still in high school. I was probably working summers with my grandfather. 2004, 2005, something like that. And he had like a 40-inch plasma screen. And I stood there, and he was like, yeah, come look at this. And I stood there, and he had the only channel at the time was like Discovery had a couple things. It was like one Discovery HD or something.
And
Discovery in HD
on cable.
And yeah. And I stood there, and I was in awe looking at this 40-inch plasma screen. And I think he paid something like $6 or $8 grand for it. It was insane. It was insane.
When 70 inches came out, remember those? Like they had to inspect your house. Your walls had to be
they had to come check if the wall could hold the weight.
Yeah, So now, like I see someone saying, the price of those Shelly Fungus, the price of those huge flat screens, dude, 70 inches is like $500. I'm not sure if that was 4K. That might have just been HD. Can you imagine? Like 4K TVs are not really that expensive, and 70 inches is too big. Like when I saw a cheap 70 inches, I was like, "Oh, come on now, come on." And she's like, "You don't need this." Yeah,
it's untenable. You can't have that in your house.
Yeah, you can't even see. I have 60 and I can't see it properly.
We have a 42-inch screen, a 4K TV that we bought, and it's a nice panel. It's a Samsung panel, which to me, Samsung makes some of the best displays. I really like Samsung panels. I think we got it open boxed at Best Buy for like $375. It was one of those that we walked into Best Buy to look at something else, and that TV was sitting there, and I was like, Marley, we should just take this home. And she agreed, and we bought it, and it's been a good TV.
So I never saw the purpose in getting 4K TV, but recently I came across this thing, huh?
It's still to the point where there's not a whole lot of 4K content out there.
Yeah, but I came across
everything we watch is in 1080p.
Right. Now I'm trying to see if I could find this, because I came across something in let me see. I need to go back in. I'm going to search images. So in the ham radio world, there's something called Geochron, and this thing is freaking amazing on a 4K TV. And so let me see if I can show. Let me see. That's so basically here's what. Let's see if we can go to this here. So what this is like a world map that you punch. It's something that goes in the back of your 4K TV, and it connects to it, and it gets all this info. So it could show you where is night. See, like the dark parts here, that's night.
Yep.
And then the light part is day, and it tracks satellites and shows you weather formations and all that all over the world.
What is this?
It's called Geochron.
Geochron.
It's called Geochron. And so ham radio guys could use it because, the weather effects, like we're going to get some bad weather in the next like I think in the next 36 hours in Florida, because there's some stuff going on in the Gulf Coast.
Don't understand what it does.
So it's telling you, it's doing several things.
Is it a like a is it just a program that you plug in?
No, so it's gathering data, and it's telling you the weather in places, and it's telling you where's day or night. It's telling you where all the different satellites are. You could track planes.
But what is it? What does it have to do with your TV? I don't understand that.
So no, you connect it to your TV so you can see it, and it's like you have a control center, like you're at NORAD. And you have a control center. So if you're a radio guy and you want to know the patterns, or like if the International Space Station is flying overhead and you can connect with it, it also tracks your contacts. So if you're doing ham radio, it can actually automatically track the people you talk to in whatever countries.
So it's an HDMI adapter thing that plugs into the back of your TV.
Yeah. So that's
making more sense.
That's giving me a reason to want freaking 4K TV. The thing itself is a couple of $100, but you have to have. But it looks best with a 4K TV. But then you could wake up in the morning and you could be like, the president, and you can see what's happening. It
kind of would feel like that. I could see that.
Yeah, I think this is awesome. This would be a great gift for, like, Walter always is telling me the weather. It'd be great for him. Yeah. So, or even like I like that kind of stuff because. If you're propagation antennas, like weather and all that kind of stuff, could either make your signal better or worse. So you have all these kinds of things. So, that's something cool. It shows
the disconnect between Saturday and...
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of manufacturers like Safety Harbor Firearms. SHF is a quintessential family-owned small business, totally representative of the American dream. Safety Harbor Firearms is a Florida-based manufacturer of the compact entry stock and the SHTF 50 upper for an AR-15 lower. Also, SHF happily delivers on your Sten gun parts needs. So don't forget to check out stenparts.com and safetyharborfirearms.com.
Yeah. So, something like that, I would totally get that.
I want to see the weather though. I'm trying to find that.
Yeah, you could see weather that's going on in different places. You could zoom in or out. You can look at the whole planet.
Ham Radio really cool. Crash Course talks about that.
Yeah. Ham Radio Crash Course. I think Ham Radio 2.0 has some stuff. A lot of different folks out there, and it's really, really, really
the
cool
ISS.
stuff.
You can see where the ISS is coming around.
Yeah. So I would like to get something like that. I think it'll be cool.
This thing is. I don't know why I want this because I have no use for it, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I saw this at the Hamcation event.
That's neat.
Yeah. And can you imagine how that will look on a 4K TV?
Massive 4K television?
Yeah. That will look really nice. Like in the morning, forget YouTube or whatever nonsense.
Yeah, you just put that on and take a look at what's going on.
Yeah, this is the world. This is the planet we live on. This is what it's like. Some people are in darkness. Some people are in light. This dude over here is getting crushed by a hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that kind of stuff. I don't know, maybe I'm becoming one of those old dudes, but a lot of stuff happening in the world, like there's certain people I don't even want to see their faces. Like there's movies I can't look at anymore because of the idiots in the movies. I've come to that kind of, like, I've gotten that old now.
This thing is too cool. I'm watching this, like, NOAA plugin, satellite plugins.
Yeah, you can infinitely adjust that thing.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, you can. It's awesome.
Pretty neat.
Yeah,
that's pretty neat. I've never heard of it before, but that's really neat.
That's better than an aquarium.
Oh hell yeah! No, aquariums are stupid. That's real cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna wind up being that dude. We're gonna be two old dudes. Just like talking on our ham radios.
You know what's funny? I told one of my coworkers today. So every quarter we try to get some sort of continuing education, even if it's not related to the field that I work in. And I told my coworker that next quarter I'm working on this coming quarter, starting tomorrow or the next day, whatever it is. I'm going to be working on getting my ham licenses, tech and general. And he was like, "What's a ham radio?" And so I sent him a picture, and he was like, I thought those were phased out forever ago. People still use those? And I was like,
Oh,
oh
hells
my
yeah.
God. You have no idea the cool shit that you can do on those nowadays.
Yeah.
It is nothing like your grandfather's ham radio.
No.
Totally different.
Not at all. And just to show people here before we get out of here, so, Florida has a statewide microwave network, right? So for ham radio. So
It's good for cooking Hot Pockets.
Yeah, so basically the repeater that's close to us is in Alachua here, but this is the system in Florida right there. You know how Florida
for emergency broadcasting, right?
Yeah,
For emergency ham.
Yeah, you know how Florida looks like the dingus? This looks like a diseased dingus.
It does. It does.
With these circles.
That's right.
But
yeah.
But listen, you could talk from all the way over here in Sarasota, Escambia, all the way down to the Keys. And all of this network is all connected to each other in Florida. And it's for emergencies, but if you have the ham radio license, you can get on it. And dudes, so on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock, they have a check-in of all the different counties. And that's when you could tell the power of these dudes checking in. But
nothing going on right now.
Yeah. But so people can talk on it if you have a ham radio license, but it's used if we have, hurricanes and stuff like that or other emergencies in Florida, and phone service and all that gets knocked out, people can communicate. And
a lot of guys run their own infrastructure, so you're not relying on a centralized infrastructure, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and people say, oh, you don't need that with cell phones. So you buy your cell phone, you pay a service for that. This stuff could be expensive, but when you buy your equipment, your communications are free after that. And more robust. So today I was talking to Lola, and when I made contact with her, she had a little handheld or HD handy talkie radio, and she was 12 miles away, and I was talking to her on a repeater in Gainesville. It's a different one. I'll tell you about this one.
Was she able to hit back at you?
Yeah, she was talking to me the whole way driving up from I made contact with her 12 miles away. The furthest one I've done is about 23 miles or something like that. And we were communicating. So, yeah, 42 Chilled says the government can turn off cell phones. All kinds of... You can have... So a part of Florida can lose power, and the cell phones will die within a certain time, but other parts of Florida might have power and have cell phones. Or part of the country, etc. So, I've gotten... Just like you've gotten into
useful. The FCC has repeatedly tried to turn it off, have repeatedly tried to get people to stop using it, and ham radio folk don't like that. They do not want the government telling them what to do.
Well, so here's the thing. If people don't get licensed and use these airwaves or these bands or these frequencies, then the government... Well, they'll sell it because they're very, very, very valuable. They're worth lots of money to the big companies. And so therefore people will lose it and it will go to the big companies, and then we have to pay the big companies to have access to that. So someone needs to get into it and learn about this and do things. And I think it is a part of prepping that I see not every gun guy, but lots of gun guys and lots of guys who travel, the guys who do overlanding and Jeep stuff and all that, get into it. So, I think it's cool stuff, and I could run it off a battery for days. So, I'm not doing any videos.
You can run it off a battery for days, and if you have proper check-in, check-out times, you could run it off a battery by turning it off. If you had a proper schedule of checking in at this time, giving your update and checking back out, and then turning the repeater back off, or turning your service back off, you could run it for months.
Yeah. And if you use solar power, you could do it indefinitely.
You could go indefinitely.
Yeah. So it's really cool stuff. If anyone wants to know, look at Ham Radio 2.0. I think tomorrow he's releasing a video that I'm in.
Oh, cool. I'll go watch that tomorrow.
Yeah. And I have some videos coming out on it. You can look at Crash Course. Ham Radio
because
Crash Course.
We are taking so long here, I don't think that I'm going to be able to get that. I was planning on going on Saturday and getting my license. I don't think I'm going to have enough study time, but I did find a place that does testing almost every day, if not every other day, online. So I'm going to study for 2 weeks and then go do it online.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't think I'm going to be able to get it done this weekend, though. Tonight was going to be some study time, and then I got on.
Oh yeah. We need to cut this off because we are going long here.
We're going too late.
Yeah, let me wrap it up. Let me do that. You guys, there's so many places you guys could go to. So many other cool dudes out there that you've probably seen in the couple of videos I've done on this. So check those out. Big thanks to Babyface P for hanging out with me tonight.
Did you wake up? I feel like I woke up a little bit.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
I got that second wind.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm definitely gonna go play with that ham radio.
I know you are like me with night vision.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do this after this. So I'm gonna run in the end, and then we're gonna come back, and Babyface is gonna drop words of wisdom on us. I'm not sure who's coming on tomorrow. I don't know. I gotta check with Lola. I know that there is a training thing that I'm doing with Tonto. It's part of Fort Scott Munitions that's coming up, and you know that I think we're gonna have them on to talk about that. LOR Arbit or LOL Arbit says see you later. I thought LOL Arbit left already, so they keep coming back in.
They can't leave it again.
Can't leave. You can't quit us. You can't quit us, I know. So anyway, I'm gonna run in the end here, and Babyface is gonna think of his words of wisdom. Let's do this. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining us and hanging out with us live here on Utreon for the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. We're gonna rip the audio out of this and throw it up on iTunes and all your other favorite places to watch audio podcasts from. We are part of the Firearms Radio Network. There's people listening to us all over the world. There's people in Italy, people in England, people in Canada. There's people everywhere listening. Like when I look at it and I see how it's growing, it's actually pretty amazing. So shout out to everyone who's listening to us. Oh, Lola says there's no show the rest of the week. Oh yes, you know why? Because tomorrow I have to go to a wedding, and I've got some other stuff that I need to do. So this is the last show for the week. So there you go. No show for the rest of the week. I do have a wedding. My friend Bubba Roadkill getting married. So I'm gonna go do that. Words of wisdom, Babyface P.
Take a moment now or soon to enjoy what you have going on in your life right now. Even if you got bad stuff going on, reflect on what the good stuff is and cherish what you have, because it could be gone before you know it. So.
Amen. Absolutely. Well said. All right. Thanks so much, Babyface. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys next week on the show. We are out of here. Let me make sure that I do the proper procedure. Press the button. There we go. The button has been pressed. All right. And finito.